Hello, and welcome to the Black Dice Society, Episode 12, The House of Lament, Part 2. Brother Uriah, your strange guest has departed. It seems that sleep may have finally found Desmond. It's difficult to tell as he's rolled over and turned his back on you. And that strange plate of delectable food from the Halfling Annual Festival is sitting on the table next to the spirit board, calling to you. But for the moment, you are alone with your thoughts here, surrounded by your friends. Again, Tatiana is sleeping, snoring loudly as she has been since she fell asleep. Both Valentine and Nahara sit with that strange, distant look in their eyes that you've become accustomed to. And what would you like to do?
I realize that I have some rather important information to impart, and I'll approach Nahara. But I know she's not actually asleep, so I'll try to sort of lean into her field of vision, and if that doesn't work, I suppose I'll get a little closer. And, um, uh, Nahara, Nahara, it's it's me. Are you with us?
Oh,
Oh.
oh. Hello.
Hello. Hello. I'm sorry to disturb you.
That's all right.
You were so very still, and there was at one point there was a fly crawled across your eyeball, and it was
Ooh.
yes. It didn't seem to bother you, but I needed a word.
Oh, what is it?
I've just had. Well, we've just had a visitor, two visitors actually. Actually, the first time, I suppose, technically, I was the visitor, I think, and actually, the first visitation is more pertinent at the moment.
What are you
Yes,
saying?
when I lay down to sleep, just a while ago, just over there, you saw me do it, and
Mhm.
well, I found myself once more summoned into the presence of a rather august personage. This
Was it
time,
Aslan?
no. This time, it was Strahd von Zarovich. And I'm not sure what he wanted with me. Well, he didn't really want anything with me. I think he wants something with you.
With me?
Yes, he seemed very interested in your whereabouts. And what seemed odd is that he didn't seem to be able to perceive them. Uh, uh, Someone of his resources and power, I mean, he managed to reach out to me here within the House of Lament. I wouldn't have thought that possible, but well, a lot of impossible things are happening. And yes, he seems to be interested in you.
How do you mean? What did he say?
He wanted to know where you were, and he also asked me to pass on a message to my king, to Aslan Rex. Single word.
What was it?
Check. I assume it's some sort of gaming reference. Mine is not to reason why when the great and powerful play their games of chance and often with the lives of others. But yes, they do seem to be engaged in some manner of gambit, or at least Strahd amuses himself to think so. I thought you should know. Why would he? Why would he want? I mean, I suppose you might not even know yourself.
No, but there was. Do you remember when we were back at the carnival and I was trying to find out about my past?
Yes.
and a woman said something, and she cowered away and wouldn't, even though I paid for her to. It was him.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Yes, I have the same horrible
I don't know
thought.
How does he know about you, though? And that you're with me?
I think he knows about all of us, but I couldn't help but receive the impression that something has shrouded you from his sight. Some other force. Do you know what that might be?
No. Do you?
Oh, I have no idea. And then, well, perhaps I'll wait until the others awake. It's the reason why there's that rather delicious plate of roasted meats over there.
Oh.
Yes. It's been a rather eventful evening, and I don't feel particularly rested, but I think I feel the presence of the divine energy that powers my spells, so here we are.
Well, that's good, I suppose, at least.
Yes.
Are we in danger?
Indubitably. Look where we are.
Oh, well, yes, present circumstances, yes, but with him.
I think that if Strahd shows any interest whatsoever in your affairs, then yes, you are in danger most dire.
What should I do?
I'm not sure, but I thought we should know. We should wake the others, yes?
Yes. Yes.
And with that, hello and welcome to the Black Dice Society, episode 12, Return to the House of Lament, part 2. As always, this is a Ravenloft campaign, and as such, it is a horror game, which may have elements that you're not accustomed to in seeing in standard D&D streams, like imperiled children or eating food that turns out to be full of toes and horrific chimney-dwelling ghost hags that place permanent curses on you, things of that nature, you know. I'm sure none of that's going to happen today, though. As always, we have discussed amongst ourselves everyone's lines and veils. We have our system of safety tools in place. Everyone has a way to let me know if something happens that is making them uncomfortable. So if you should ever see that perhaps we just stop mid-scene and things shift abruptly, it may be because it was making somebody uncomfortable. So be advised, this story goes some different directions than most. With that firmly in mind, let us meet our cast. And I will go in the opposite direction of what we usually do, beginning with the Blue Wonder, Tatiana.
Hello, my name is Tatiana. I am Ergenazi Barbarian. I am friend to these people, protector of Valentine, and I hate this place very much. And I am Becca Scott. You can find me at the Becca Scott.
Desmond.
Hi, I'm DJ Knight. I play Desmond, the human ranger lycanthrope. My pronouns as his are he, him. And you can find me on the internet basically at this name right here, DJ Knight. You're awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Valentine.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan. I go by Not Sage everywhere on the internet, but tonight I am Valentine, a reborn aberrant mind sorcerer, and both of us use she, her pronouns.
Brother Uriah.
Hello, I'm Mark Meir. I use he, him pronouns, as does my character, Brother Uriah, cleric of the grave and worshipper of Ezra, Lady of the Mists.
And last but certainly not least, Nahara.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nora Ibrahim. You could find me at Norological on all the things. My pronouns, as well as my character pronouns, are she, her. And tonight I'm playing Nahara, a fallen Azamar undead bardlock.
As you can see, our dear friend Tanya DePass is not with us tonight because she is in New York having her movie premiere, which is fantastic. I cannot do it justice. Please visit her social profiles at Cypher of Tyr to see all the amazing things that she's doing. I would also be remiss if I didn't at least point out that the Kickstarter for Into the Motherlands, which is a project that a number of us are working on, ends this Saturday. So take a look at that if you are so inclined. Kickstarter Into the Motherlands. I would like to also thank our sponsors, as always, beginning with Die Hard Dice. It is possible that all of the palettes are sold out now. I'm not sure because the Desmond ones have as well. I believe the Valentine's ones may have as well, which if so, that leaves only the general show set, but that's a good problem to have. But either way, check it out for our custom character palettes. You can use code BDS to get 10% off our dice or any of the other amazing things they have at dieharddice.com. Our T-Public, blah, blah, blah. Sorry.
I did both of those things. I got my Valentine set ordered as well as the 2 project sets, and there are still Valentine sets available. So you could just go and code BDS.
There you
Sorry
go.
to interrupt. Please continue.
Finish strong. Yes. Our T-Public store is live. Again, you can get shirts, bags, masks, pillows. I have a Black Dice Society mask that I wear everywhere, and I get comments on it all the time. It is incredible. You can get on pillows, anything you want. Link down here right now. Hopefully it's appearing in chat. Secret Lab chairs. Again, I love mine. It's like riding around on the couch. I spend more time in this chair probably anywhere other than my bed. Highly recommended. They come in a lot of different sizes. And as a big guy, it was difficult to get a chair that fit me and was comfy. Secret Lab chairs is it. We also have Idle Champions is one of our sponsors. Thank you, Idle Champions. If you put exclam code into chat, you will get the code for this week's chest there for Idle Champions. Also, I have it on the highest authority. You should put freely in your formation. It's kind of incredible. It makes things work out better for everyone else. Maybe add my lucky boy in there. And last but not least, we have a Patreon where you can get early access to our podcasts, our exclusive weekly after show, and bonus content, including one that is going up today, just as soon as this episode finishes, today, with both Desmond and Brother Uriah. So you can find out what happened to them over the course of the night here inside the House of Lament when it was just the 2 of them that were awake and they were entertaining an unusual guest. And you got also more insight into where both of these fine gentlemen came from and possibly where it is that they're going. And with that, on with our show. Wakefulness finds each of you one by one, except Tatiana. The rest of you open your eyes. It has been an uncomfortable night that has both simultaneously felt far too short and way too long. Your powers have returned. And the candles that you all put around your friend have burned down to stubs, so you are sure the time has passed. But as Valentine's eyes open, Desmond stirs again. Tatiana remain on her back, snoring loudly.
I say that's not really like her. She tends to spring out of her bedroll with a bit of a roar.
That's exactly why I don't want to wake her. At least I
Yes.
don't want to be the one to wake her.
She's definitely been through a lot. If we have the opportunity, it would be nice to let her rest.
Yes, perhaps you're right. In the meantime, we've made a rather grisly discovery. Do you remember that toe that Tatiana nearly consumed in the muffin?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For starters, it appears to be undead.
Oh no.
Yes, that's actually, oddly enough, that's not the most disconcerting fact. I suppose it'll be easiest to show you. I'll just get my boot off here. And so you see this toe, I forensically examined it, and well, I'll just place it next to my toe there, as you can see, right down to the mole. And yes. Against all reason, this is apparently mine.
How is it yours, though? Yours is still on your foot.
Yes, I wiggled it experimentally, and it appears, yes, it appears so.
I would love to know what chain of events brought you to examining that toe to check if it's yours, but I'm not going to ask.
Well, I'll tell you, we of course are searching for the Weathermay Foxgrove sisters, and well, I thought it might be one of theirs, and on further examination, it is definitely not.
Understood.
There's also some barbecue.
Some what?
Pardon?
That
Probably
plate of
right.
meat.
Did someone say barbecue?
See, we should have known that would do the trick.
Ah, it smells good. Oh, we're still here.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
Right.
yes, I feel so.
So I should not
Just
eat
a
barbecue.
question.
Well, both Nahara, Valentine, and Tatiana, especially Tatiana, as you sit up, it's right about head height. There is a plate of partially consumed food on the table. There is a brisket. There is what appears to be a pulled pork with a sweet honey glaze. There are sliced up cinnamon apples, and it smells absolutely magnificent.
I'd like to remind you all that we did make an agreement to not eat anything else in this house. I didn't think that it would come up again, and yet we made that promise.
Yes, I've
We
kept
did.
that promise.
Did we make? I don't remember.
And do we
a
know where?
promise.
It was specifically about you, Tatiana.
Yes.
Right.
Do we know specifically where that food came from?
I feel like I should
what
be the
animal
person
it's
to
from.
talk about that. Yes, we do. The person is a friend, and
It came from a person? It's a person.
yep,
I will say this: it's
I think he's saying something else. I don't.
it seems to be an exact replica of the great feast that the local halflings in Riverless, my hometown, they would have a magnificent feast every season. Old Broadfoot was known far and wide for his delicious sauces and slow cooking, and
Was
there's a
he
plate
ever
of it here.
known
Impossibly,
for?
there's a plate of it here.
Was
as
he
a
ever known for
connoisseur
hanging out in
of well
places like
smoked,
this?
as a connoisseur of well smoked meats and delicious things, it's amazing. I can say that comfortably, but it.
Do we know for
What-
certain that it didn't come from one of us
And
at some point?
And yes, what was that you were saying, Valentine?
Well, was this person where you're from also known for hanging out in just absolute houses of terror?
No, it was not actually someone I knew, although apparently I have met her twice before now. It's very confusing, but perhaps Desmond can explain. This was brought to us by someone he was acquainted with.
Someone that I've actually met twice.
In this house while we were sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay, lots happened. I need to be caught up.
Yep.
While you all are sitting there, Tatiana, you don't feel yourself move. You all don't see her move. But a little piece of brisket moves off the table and into her mouth.
Ow!
And it's magnificent, Tatiana.
Tatiana, spit it out. We made an agreement. We talked about this.
I did not do that, but now I need to. It's done, right? So, are you not hungry? How is no one not?
I mean,
First of all, no,
Our
never.
rations taste terrible. This is incredible. Try this, Valentine.
Tatiana, I don't eat.
Right, I always forget that. It's a shame. It is the greatest thing in the world.
I mean, I think it might be safe. Desmond had some earlier. I, for toe-related reasons, was not terribly hungry at the time. So
You really need to stop swinging that around. I would
I'm
love
gonna
it if
put
you
this
would
away.
the
I'm
toe
going to
down.
put this
Yes,
away
thank
right
you.
now.
To remove the conversation from the toe. I feel like
Actually,
it's
I do need to give one more detail about the toe. Both Valentine and Nahara, and you too as well, Tatiana, because you've seen things. Give me perception checks or medicine if by some strange reason your medicine outranks your
20.
perception. Natural 20. Perfect. You're definitely going to know, but let's see if the other
It
ones
was
do.
medicine or what?
Perception.
All right.
I
that'll
assume your
be-
perception's higher, but medicine would cover it on the off chance it
It's a
weren't.
dirty 20.
Dirty
16.
20? 16. Nahara, as you're looking at it, yeah, that's, I mean, that very much looks like his toe. It does look like it's got the same mole. Valentine, you are aware that the stub side of it has healed somewhat, but this appears relatively freshly dead. It is not like a fully necrotic toe. Like otherwise, it looks fairly healthy. And yet it has been detached long enough that part of it was able to heal over. Tatiana, what you know is it looks like it was completely torn off, not like it was cleanly butchered, just ripped, but somehow again has healed over on the backside of it. Also, there's no sign that it's been cooked, Tatiana. When you ate the muffin was fine other than having this inside of it. So it doesn't look like, especially with your natural 20, it does not seem like it was exposed to heat.
And the toe that I put in my mouth, that one was a cooked toe?
No, it is actually this
for
toe.
raw
So
cooked.
so much so. The reason why they have this toe is this was the one you ran into the room and spat out, which is why it was in the room.
Okay, I have to tell you, this is not a bite, is a rip. As I take bites of barbecue and rip it from my mouth. I have done it because one time I was in the fighting pit and I ripped each toe off of a man. So I know the telltale signs.
Yes, I'd come to the same conclusion though with a magnifying glass and tweezers as opposed to experience in hand-to-hand combat.
Brother
Sure,
Uriah,
no, it looks like.
you've never by chance lost a limb before, right?
No, I'm fully intact.
I'm just curious. Maybe they grow back or heal or something. Maybe he's...
Not to my knowledge.
Valentine, could you grow back a toe, I wonder?
Not that I'm aware of, and I'd like to not find out.
I would never test. Just a
Still
question.
trying to wrap my mind around how, after finding out all of this, you willingly ate a plate of food that you don't know exactly
I did
how it
not.
got here.
I did not.
I think Desmond did it first.
I did, and as somebody who has spent a lot of time with animals in the wild and, you know, probably has the best nose in the party, It is actual beef, pork. It is a plate of food that is not toe related. In fact, I can say that I know why. Like I'm part of the reason that we found out that that was Brother Uriah's toe. But aside from all that, I feel like it's probably a good thing that we start moving toward the attic. I'll explain why I ate the food later. I'll explain all of that, but I feel like we should probably start going toward the attic so that we can get out of this place really quickly. Long story short, I know where we have to go. I'll tell you, we have to go to the basement to finish the things that the house has requested of us thus far. You remember the leaper that there, but
Right,
we have to go to the attic for the next
us.
parts.
The spirit board, what did it say? It said to evict.
Yes.
Evict the leaper.
Evict the leaper.
And also, Nohara, don't worry, because you could not cook anything into this rib. That was my mistake. With baked goods, it's possible to hide things inside. But now I cannot be outsmarted so easily. I would not fall for this.
I just kind of look over at Valentine like I got nothing. I don't know what else I could say at this point.
Now, you said you didn't. What just happened? You didn't pick it up?
Didn't pick up what?
When I asked Tatiana why she would eat the meat, she said I didn't.
Oh.
And now it's here.
I'm so sorry. I was overcome by the miraculous taste of this food that I forgot to tell you. Some weird spirit of the house or something just to shove this in my mouth.
Of course, yes.
I'm so sorry. You're right. Now I'm seeing the red flags. But no toes.
Excellent.
Also, just throwing out there, it is absolutely delicious. And it is animal. It is beef. It is pork.
God, I remember it so
But again,
well.
I know.
It just melted in your mouth, and it just came
He watched
apart.
it melt in my mouth. It was a valid thing.
Tatiana, it is exquisite.
Yes,
Valentine.
but now my beast sense tells me the feelings that this animal had when it died, but it is still delicious.
Valentine.
Yes.
Something about Desmond is making you vaguely uneasy. You've experienced this around Brother Uriah before, but not him. And as you notice a little bit, every time they take a step, the floor creaks and moans like it's going to give way, like the house itself is trying to get away from the two of them in particular. It's like, but the floor doesn't break, but it is mildly nauseating being near them.
Desmond, did you do something? Or Brother Uriah, did you do something to Desmond?
Oh, I think we're both currently warded with protection spells. I'm afraid it would also apply to those of you who are of the undead
Burns the back
persuasion.
of my
Oh,
throat.
yeah, we did do that. I learned how to cast protection from evil. We both did that when we went to, stuff. But we're good. Like,
Prefer you
the
call
house
us
hates us
undead.
because the house is evil. I mean,
Okay,
Yes.
first of all, I take that personally. Second of all, very hard to be around you. I'm gonna.
Of course.
Sorry.
And do keep in mind that if I channel divinity, you and Nahara may be affected. So a bit of space might be good in such an instance. We
Will
do
you
have
give us
to-
a warning at least?
Oh, yes, I'll do my very best.
Great.
What should what if I say fire in the hole? No?
That sounds good.
That might be confusing if you're casting something with fire. I don't. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
the signal will be I am about to turn undead.
That's
Feels like a
crystal
lot
clear.
of work.
That's clear. That's clear. At
What
least.
if you just do like Battlecry?
I'm not
I
sure
mean,
how
I
to
would
do
like to hear it.
could you give me an example of what that might sound like?
Of course I can. It's like let's hear your Battlecry.
Yes, let's hear it.
That was it.
I'm sorry, I did not hear. You already did it.
See, the problem is you do that all the time in battle.
No, you're right.
Yes.
I'll just say I'm going to turn undead. That's the best.
That'll work.
Yes. Okay.
Let me see your
that's
war
fine.
face.
That's crystal clear.
Brother Uriah, give me history with advantage. History or religion, whichever is higher, but ideally history with advantage.
I do believe my religion will be higher. I'll go with that if I may. Hold on. I'm going to use a real die. That would be 17 total.
As you all are talking and you hear Desmond say we need to go up to the attic, you did take some time to read some of the books in this room, both the sacred text of Ezra and some of the history books that were herein. The house doesn't have an attic. The highest place is at the top of one of those black towers outside, which I believe we have an image of the house. You might recall the modern manor is sort of built into the ancient ruins of a fortress, of which that single tower is the only thing that still remains. That would be the highest point in the house.
I'll convey this to the others, and then, yes, of course, the leaper. Yes? One might leap from the parapets, and perhaps that's how this individual met their mortal end. Yes, Ed, we've been instructed to evict it, as mentioned. As Desmond was saying, we have to go up to go down. We have reason to believe the sisters are trapped in the basement.
All right.
You're saying we have to go to top of this spire cone thing to get to the basement?
Well, we have to perform another task before we're allowed into the basement, I think is it.
Yes,
So,
the spirit board did tell us.
yeah.
I'm sick of the house making all the rules.
The moment you say
House
that,
rules. House rules.
the moment you say that, a bolt of lightning crashes what must be just outside the window. Enough to like light up the room for a second. And when the room lights up and all your shadows cast on the walls, for a split second, Tatiana's shadows, hands reach towards Valentine, and then the lightning dissipates and the shadow's gone.
Do we all see this?
Everybody but Tatiana, I was behind her.
What is everyone looking at?
Eh,
You're all looking at me very strange.
We should move. We should get out of here as soon as possible.
Do I barbecue on my face?
Yes.
No. Well, yes. But
Smears it.
that
It's
wasn't
still there.
Tatiana, you have resolved to leave that axe strapped upon your back, yes?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't want to hurt anyone again. I mean, Nahara, I couldn't imagine what would happen if something happened to you, and perhaps I need to get better and stronger of mind, and then I can control it.
Yes. Well, in the meantime, perhaps I can do away with any shadow shenanigans by casting light upon the axe itself. And then you'll be bathed in light, and hopefully you won't have any shadows behind you at any rate.
And also, I think it would look very cool and powerful.
It will look quite cool and powerful.
Good.
Okay.
It's worth sacrificing the element of surprise.
Oh, I never will have that.
I don't think we
For-
have that, no. Yeah.
Completely no reason whatsoever, just because I'm curious. Tatiana, if you would, on any rolls going forward, let me know when you roll a 1.
Just out of curiosity, only me.
Yeah, just you. Just you.
Okay.
Again, because science. It's fine. So, presumably, you all are going to unbarricade the door and head towards the tower?
Yes.
Yes.
Not before a cool spell is cast on my axe. Look at it shine.
Yes.
On the way out the door, I'd like to just kind of hold Tatiana to go out last with me.
Mhm.
Yesterday was a lot. How are you feeling?
Absolutely terrible. We need to get out of here.
Yes, Tatiana, your physical power has returned. You might recall the witch took something from you that was not restoring. That has come back, but you can't shake the feeling that a piece of you has been taken. You are missing something that you weren't before.
Valentine, I need to ask a favor.
What?
I feel strong again, but something is not right about me. We need to find what that hag took, and I think it's in this house.
You're feeling physically better, right?
Oh, yes, I do like a handstand. See, I'm back to strength, but inside,
When
I
I
feel
tried,
weakness.
when I tried to access your thoughts, there was a part of your mind that was unavailable to me. I wonder if that's not what she took.
She did say that I am cursed with her final death before exiled to oblivion, or wherever. Do you think we can get it back?
I don't know. You would think I might be an expert on things involuntarily invading your brain, but as you've probably noticed, I haven't figured out how to evacuate mine. So I hope so, and we will try.
Hold on, does this mean in the past that you have invaded my entire brain so you know what it looks like when you can't get in there?
Uh-oh. Are you gonna tell her? I don't know if you should tell her.
Yes.
It's kind of a compliment. Thanks for not sharing my deep dark secrets.
I will tell you that I do it to everyone, but it's been very, very rare it's been done to you. Also because you say essentially everything you think out loud.
So what? My thoughts are not good enough to read?
They're great. You're just very vocal about them, Tatiana. That's all.
If you were reading her mind right now, there's just nothing because she's not speaking, so.
No thoughts, head empty.
Okay. Well, I don't know whether I'm complimented or not.
I trust you, and that is rare.
I trust you, and some people may think this is a foolish decision, but I am very happy that I do. I will keep you safe in here.
I'll kind of like grab onto like Tatiana's arm a little bit for the exit. As if when we used to go places, being escorted again.
This is nice. Hey, question. Do you see when this light is constantly behind me that now I am always casting a shadow, but I can see it? Like right here.
Yeah. Yes, I guess we're not going to be able to entirely get rid of your shadow, but
But
At
now
least
it
I
can't
make it
sneak
more-
up on me. Now I always see it.
more obvious. Yes.
I make a menacing fist at the wall.
It very much looks like the shadow makes a menacing fist in front of you.
But like it's not mirrored, it's the opposite fist.
As you all move through the house, again, it is creaking and groaning beyond the fact that just the storm is whipping outside. You all can hear, just coming from nowhere in particular, ambient voices, moans, wails, just horrific cries of torment coming from nowhere in particular. And as you move your way down towards the staircase, which is in Area 5, for those of you that had the map, that leads up to the tower, as you come around the corner, especially because Tatiana and Valentine delayed a little bit, Desmond, you recognize it first before you even get there. Blood. A lot of blood. Even before you open the door.
I just pass that along to the party. Like, I know, right? I don't know if you guys can smell it, but there's a lot of blood in here. Just as a heads up.
Splendid.
Thank you for the warning.
Do you all open the door?
Are we standing on the stairs currently?
No, there is a door that's sort of to enter the tower area. You all are technically in room 4, approaching the entrance to room 5, which you know is that black spirally tower. Once you all get closer to it, all of you smell that sweet coppery smell of blood. It just, Desmond picks it up first. And yes, Valentine.
I'd just like to use my mage hand.
To open the door?
Mm-hmm. I'll put it out in front of everyone like, we good? We ready?
As you open the door, you see this staircase of black stone spiraling upwards. However, on the other side of the staircase, on the northern side, there is blood running down the wall, coming down and outlining an alcove in the wall. Like it very much comes down, goes down and around a large stone, and flows down the rest of the way.
Is there anything in this alcove that we can see?
You would have to break through the stone to find out what's in it, if that were your intent. It essentially, the blood is essentially outlining something that would have been otherwise hidden. In Tatiana, make a wisdom save for me, if you would.
Wisdom is good. I think it's good. Wisdom save is 16.
You feel compelled to break through that, not beyond your control. You just want to. You don't have to, but you definitely want to break that and see what's on the other side.
I'm about to lift my foot to kick the door, but then I pause and I turn to Valentine and raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, specifically, the door is open. This is in this tower. There's essentially, as the stairs go up, on the other side of the stairs, there's a panel in the wall that can be broken through, essentially. And I believe, Valentine, you were saying that you wanted to bring up your mage armor, which,
yes,
for
please.
the record, what does Valentine's mage armor look like?
Valentine's mage armor has just like a little bit of a golden pearlescent sheen to it. It's overall a shade of white. And it just kind of like shapes out in a very, very feminine form, kind of matching to the shape of her dress. When it catches light, it has this like slightly pearlescent gold.
Mm-hmm. You all see this shimmers into being as Tatiana is essentially preparing to put boots to this panel in the wall.
Well, how far away is that wall?
It's 5 feet. I mean, you could very
it's
much
right there.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you could go up the stairs and circumvent it, or essentially go past the stairs in this tower, and break it.
I mean, we're looking for 2 people that presumably have blood in their body, so
Yes,
But
but
the question is, do we want to strike down this panel, or do we want to move a good distance from it and attack it from a distance?
that might be wiser. And again, this might be a distraction from our true objective, which we believe is above.
Mm-hmm. Yes, could be.
We may waste our strength on another foe that we might avoid easily.
Why are you all so afraid? I think
Not afraid.
Our friends could
Strategy.
be here. I want to open it.
I'm going to take on my form of dread.
Mm-hmm. I will say,
go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. Theoretically, when you all go up the tower, you have to come back through here. So if you decided to deal with it later, that is theoretically viable. You've got to come back this way because there's the tower is a one-way trip. Should you decide?
All right.
If you recall the last eviction we were tasked with performing, it was quite a formidable task and took most of our strength. And perhaps we should be in tip-top condition when we attempt it, yes?
Agreed.
Yes.
Okay, well, only because you made my axe shine with such a beautiful light.
Oh.
I will follow your lead. Up the tower, then.
Wind moans through the open interior of the ancient tower attached to the manor. Stairs curve from the floor to circle the dark granite walls and vanish into a chamber high above. And it is you all's intent to go up there?
Yes.
Perfect. As you all go up the stairs, you start feeling, the tower goes 40 feet into the air. Once you get about 20 feet up, you start feeling rain and wind. That as you continue climbing up more and more, it is apparent that up at the top, this is open to the elements.
Mm.
Who is going up first, by the way?
I don't know if I'm first, but I definitely was of the opinion to just march forward, so I would be up there.
I think I carry the rear.
Perfect.
I would stay back towards Tatiana.
Well, I'll
Perfect.
position myself right in the middle.
Excellent. As you all are making your way up the tower, hold on one second here. Everyone give me strength saves.
Strength. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goody.
Oh no. Ooh. 18.
Perfect.
9.
11.
11.
Against all odds, 16.
16. Valentine.
That'll be a 4.
While you all are making your way up, a wind just down the stairs, and Nahara wraps her wings around herself. Brother Uriah puts up his shield and is somehow able to meet it. The other 3 of you are not so lucky, and you are thrown back down the stairs, tumbling and bouncing for 10 points of damage.
10?
10.
Can I go into a rage as we start to fall?
The fact that I lost half my hit points to a staircase, I'm furious.
Staircases have taken all of people's hit points over the course of history. However, as this wind is roaring, it's not just a gust. Even Nahara and Brother Uriah, you two find yourselves halted by it. And a scream comes from high up at the top of the tower. And everybody roll initiative.
Oh, no.
Great.
Oh, dear.
That's the response I want, by the way.
19. for me.
7.
Hang on, but if you all would, if you can, put it in chat for me, if you would, while I'm
Sure.
arranging this here.
I'm just gonna take my Desmond dice out.
All right, so, all right, Tatiana's 15. Let me just go down the list. Nahara?
19.
19. Desmond?
7.
7. Tatiana?
15.
15. Finn isn't here. Shout out to our homie, Valentine.
There we go, muted in the wrong direction. That's a dirty 20 for me.
Dirty 20. Excellent. And Uriah?
13.
13. Perfect. Let me get this going here. Valentine, you will be first. I'm arranging, but you have tumbled to the bottom of the staircase. This wind and screaming and howling is now coming from the top of the tower, which is 40 feet away. What would you like to do?
Now I can hear the screaming. Can I see anything?
You cannot. Your eyes do not detect anything up there.
Okay, then. Does it sound close enough that if I were to kind of get around people with my movement, I might be able to get in visible range?
What is it that you are trying to accomplish?
Well, I want to be able to cast a spell on them, but I can't cast a spell on something I cannot see.
Theoretically, that is a problem.
It is. So I'm gonna, because I was towards the back, I'm gonna. Oh,
which spells? Because some things require line of sight, and some it'll just be a penalty. So what is it that you are trying to
it's
do?
true. Please remember, I have a lot of psionic spells. I mostly do mental damage. which does require a target. But sure, I will just kind of like get around at least my party and firebolt up the stairs.
Firebolt, you absolutely can try. It will be at a disadvantage against an invisible target, but you are correct.
Right.
This does not count as a creature you can see. What you
Great.
find, however, is you make it about to that same point that Nahara and Uriah are at. There's about 20 feet up. And the wind becomes like so strong it's hard for you to move past it, but you can get within range. I can tell by your dance you must have rolled well.
Not like remarkably well, but my lower roll was a dirty 20 with my spellcasting modifier. So
that is enough to hit your target.
okay, excellent. That's a D10. That will be 5 points of damage.
Perfect. You all see Valentine run up and shoot her fire off into the darkness, and it collides with something, and you all hear, but don't see anything. Just a flash of light. It apparently was damaged, but was not revealed.
I don't know what it is, but it doesn't like fire.
Anything else from Valentine?
That'll be it for me. Actually, if I can, if I'm not quite in range of an opportunity of attack, right?
No, not only that,
Okay.
Nahara and Brother Uriah are still between you and it.
Then I will definitely get behind Tatiana.
Perfect. Well, Tatiana's down at the bottom of the stairs, but you could get behind Brother Uriah easily.
Desmond,
Yeah.
somebody larger than
Right.
me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all the chunky people are the ones
All
that
at the
got
bottom.
thrown.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
make myself
Perfect.
small.
Small silhouette. Perfect. Nahara, you have observed this. Again, this wind is pushing on you currently where you cannot move closer, but you are within 20 feet of it.
Okay. I'm going to, seeing as how going by where I saw a reaction from, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers in that area.
Does Dissonant Whispers require a target you can see?
Actually, that's a good.
Nope. It is one creature of your choice that can hear you. Dissonant Whispers does not require sight. It requires hearing, and it can hear you.
Yep. And so they have to make a wisdom save.
Perfect. What is your save? I don't think that's going to be enough. What is your
13?
It does not make the save.
All right, let me get another D6 out here.
It's like a candy jar of dice.
It is exactly that. 12 points of what is that? Psychic damage? Was it?
Perfect.
Yes.
Let me just check something here. Perfect. You all hear the wind picks up and the screaming gets louder. As again, there's a flash of light in the darkness, but you don't see anything. Tatiana, it is your turn.
I see nothing. I am holding my puny kukri because my axe is busy lighting.
Give me another wisdom save.
Like again? 14.
This is your chance. You got to break through that panel over there. Nobody's looking. You're back down at the bottom of the stairs. Like this, you have to know. You have to know. You have to know.
I have already tumbled a far ways down the stairs. I sit at where I fell as the door taunts me, and I step up and kick it open as I hold my kukri and use the light shining from the axe to look inside.
Give me an attack roll, because it is still stone.
It's a natural 2.
You
So
hit
I'm
it.
on this 6. It's really good for a door.
A big crack forms. And on the other side of it, you hear boom as something hits it from the other side, and the crack gets bigger. Anything else from Tatiana?
For a little bonus action, I hit it again.
Absolutely. Give me another roll.
And I can add my unarmed strike even though it's a kick?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, technically, you can hit it with the kukri if you so desire. It's not like, you hit a stone and your weapon
Okay,
broke.
I
Like,
take the back. Oh, it's a stone?
yeah, it's stone.
I like to use my feet for things like this. And it's a 19.
It falls in. And on the other side, there is darkness. In a split second later, 2 blue eyes appear in flames. You came back. Give me my axe. And you see an armored hand appears on the hole and starts pulling itself forward. And you see that same broken helmeted head that you saw once before begin climbing out of the hole towards you.
I run back up the stairs to my friends.
You and Desmond, you see her nope out as this thing comes crawling out of the hole. However, anything else from Tatiana besides that?
I feel like I already I feel like I could only move at that point.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Nahara, give me a strength check.
No.
Mm-hmm.
9.
Uriah, there in front of you, you see Nahara stiffen up like she's been grabbed and yanked up the stairs. And Nahara, you were hurtled out of the tower into the night in the midst of this swirling storm. Give me athletics with disadvantage, because technically you can fly, but you are basically in a hurricane.
Can I? Okay, I will do this athletics check. Did you say advantage or disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Yes. Disadvantage.
Yes.
However, if I F this up as a reaction, I am casting Featherfall.
Perfect.
And I did. I rolled a 6.
Featherfall it is then, huh?
Yep. Yep.
You see yourself hurtled into the night in a nauseating swirl and very much see the ground coming up. But you start blowing around the tower, caught in the wind as you were descending.
Always happens to me.
At least you had a backup plan. However, brother Uriah, you don't know that. You just see her out into the night. Uriah, it is your turn. I will say the wind that was holding you in place has stopped. It seems whatever power was holding you there is now the power that has snatched her backwards.
Very well. Now, this invisible force, I might not be able to see it with my eyes. However, my eyes of the grave will allow me to know exactly where it is, if it is in fact undead.
Yes, not only that, not only are you aware of this foul, invisible presence that is swirling at the top of the tower, you are now aware of 3 undead presences at the base of the tower as Tatiana comes running up the stairs.
Yes, but the thing in front of me, the thing that attacked Nahara, I can
You are
see
aware
it.
of where it is, yes. You can clearly perceive it. It is not invisible to you. It looks, Brother Uriah, just like a swirling mass of hatred. There is no discernible outline. There is no making out of the fact that this was once a person. The hag still looked vaguely like an old woman. This isn't that. This is just coalesced rage. It is screaming as it is swirling around at the top of this.
Seeing Nahara flung out of the tower, Uriah screams, "What have you done to her?" and unleashes a guiding bolt on this.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll it.
I assume this
Avenge
will not.
me!
This will not be at disadvantage.
It
as I
is
can
not
see
a disadvantage. It is clear to you.
Very well. 13. Does a 13 hit?
Believe it or not, a 13 does.
Okay. So that is actually some potentially okay damage. total of 13 damage. And then as a bonus action, for the first time in his career, Brother Uriah summons the grace of Ezra in the form of her weapon. A longsword made of divine energy materializes between him and the thing and attacks it.
Does he yell
Perfect.
anything to his friends?
Sorry?
Does he do any sort of battle cry towards his friends?
Do we get your war face?
Oh, no, that was the what have you done to her? That was
Yeah.
it was considerably louder and more convincing than the earlier whimperings.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll it.
Let's see. So that'll be +5 to hit. That is a nat 20 with the spiritual weapon, 25 total.
Describe to me what it looks like when Brother Uriah vengefully eradicates this thing.
The longsword of Uriah cleaves this tangle of hatred in two, and Brother Uriah is the only one who can probably perceive this, but it's literally like a knot being cut in two. It just completely unravels, and all of its component bits scatter into the ether.
Brother Uriah, you see as it begins to evaporate, what you can make out is vaguely like a head, looks right past you down the tower, and attempts to dive towards it, but just unravels. And as you look down, Brother Uriah, you see those blue eyes looking up at you.
Uriah glances briefly at the blue eyes, but he's using his move. He hasn't moved yet. He uses his full move to run up the tower out to where Nahara was flung.
Give me a perception check.
$23 total.
It takes a second because, again, there's these swirling hurricane force winds out here. But after a moment, you see Nahara go whipping past you as she is basically like being dragged along the edge of the tower as she is slowly descending.
I've used my action, so I probably can't try to reach her. So again, it'll probably just scream, "No, no!"
Help me!
I will
Desmond,
in 6 seconds or so.
is you are standing down at the bottom. Give me a wisdom save.
I should have rolled the d20 I have right here. 9.
You are standing there, weapons ready, and you see the warlord looks at you and he just says, "Wait right there. I'll be back." And you are paralyzed in place, Desmond, as he turns and starts stalking up the staircase towards you, Tatiana. And he is going to attempt to grapple you and take his axe back. You do have advantage on this because you are raging. Although, no, you never actually said you were raging.
Well,
You
I
asked
did
if
when
you
I
could
fell down the stairs and.
Okay, I'll
I
give it to
didn't-
you.
But up to you.
The word rage was said out loud. I'll give it to you.
Did I get halved damage when I fell down the stairs as they made me very angry?
No, that was that had already happened. Yes. However, you do have advantage on this athletics check now.
Okay. Did not know I would be fighting with stairs today. Ooh. That's a 21.
He reaches towards you and gets his hand on the axe, and you're able to knock his hand away and push him off of you. As you can see, that very much seems to be what he wants. And he just looks at you and says, "Fine, I'll take it off your corpse." Desmond, you are paralyzed. You were incapacitated. You cannot move or speak. However, you do notice something comes sliding out of the hole behind him. Just down onto the floor and begin sliding past you up the stairs. Tatiana, give me 2 more grapple checks. You have advantage on both.
And I get to add athletics?
Yes.
Okay. First one's a 20. Second one's a 23.
Perfect. Hold on.
You cannot take my axe.
You all see coming up the stairs 2 of those boneless zombies have begun wrapping themselves around Tatiana's legs. They are reaching for her arms. The warlord is all over her, but she is currently managing to fight all of them off. Valentine, this is all happening right here in front of you, as all of these things are all over your friend on this staircase.
Okay, so from where I was standing, I ended up kind of somewhere behind Uriah and Nahara. Am I able to see down to Desmond and Tatiana?
Well, Tatiana came running up the stairs too, so all of this is basically happening point blank. I will say you perceived him telling Desmond, wait, and walking past him and him just being like, and it's not really like him to do nothing.
Okay, I would like to then cast Crown of Madness.
Okay.
And that is a save. It is a wisdom save.
Perfect. What kind of damage is that?
It is
psychic, probably.
Yeah, it's gonna be psychic. Yeah.
Okay. What is the save?
12.
But for what kind of wisdom?
Yes.
He does make the save.
Okay.
Assuming you were attacking the warlord with this.
Yes. I'm trying to see if anything happens. No, I don't think anything happens if it makes the save.
You see the flash of light goes off around his head, and he just looks at you and he just says, "You've gotten stronger. Good. It won't be enough."
Okay, I don't have any bonus actions. I'm done. That's entirely useless of me. What you're muted. You just muted. Where has Tatiana ended up?
She's right in front of you.
Okay.
Well, technically she's a little lower than you on the stairs, but I mean, all of this is happening right in front of you.
Is
Brother
Desmond
Uriah
lowest
ran
on the
up.
stairs?
Yeah, Desmond is at the bottom. Brother Uriah has gone up after Nahara, which you saw her flung out the tower as well, but don't know what happened to her. Tatiana is right here, essentially halfway up the tower with you, and Desmond is down at the bottom.
Okay, then all I would like to do then is just use telepathic speech as a bonus action to see if I can get through to Desmond. And just send a message of what's happening.
Let me see if you can talk even telepathically. Let me see. I will say you can't talk because your mind can't talk, or because your body can't move, not that your mind can't comprehend things, so you are able to respond to her, Desmond.
Okay. He said, wait right here. I'll be right back. And I haven't been able to move since.
Shit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I can't move towards him. Okay. That's it for me.
And now before you go, something else came out. Just as a heads up. I don't know if it's gotten where it needs to be, but there's other things that came out behind him.
Excellent. Okay.
I think the boneless things are attacking me, and I'm actively in combat with all three.
BD, have you muted again?
I would say that is something that you can see, Valentine, yes.
Yep. Yeah, I'm picking up on all of that. Completely helpless. Excellent. Thanks.
Anything else for Valentine?
No.
Nahara, you are falling. The wind makes it very difficult to fly, as it is essentially literally in an evil hurricane. But you can see Brother Uriah, so you will have one shot at attempt to either fly back up if that is your will, or try and go down and re-enter the tower from the outside. Come back through the house.
If Brother Uriah is on the ground outside of the house,
he's at the top. He's at the tower.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I will try to fly back up.
Okay. You can give me just straight athletics. Since you are feather falling, I won't give you disadvantage, but you can have one shot at this. Otherwise, you can get blown down to the bottom.
Nat 20!
You love to see
Flying
it.
back up!
Nahara, you hear him screaming and see his face, and something in you just, and your dread form comes hurtling back into the top of it and land right there in front of him.
I'll just kind of like stumble into him.
Oh, you all right?
What was that?
It's gone now. I destroyed it.
Well, what's... I'm just trying to I'm like taking a look around, like, what do I see happening?
The warlord and Tatiana actively grappling on the stairs with two boneless wrapping around her, that she's just basically fighting everything off of her as they are all trying to take her over. And he's very clearly trying to get the axe. That is obvious that that's what he's doing, is she's...
What do we do about that? Turning Brother Uriah around.
Oh, yes, I noticed that, but then you were, we help our friends.
Yes.
I will count that just as your move to get back in here. So especially on a natural 20. So
that was my move, but I have an action. Mm-hmm. Okay, how far away are these boneless things? And
20 feet. This is all happening 20 feet away from you. Valentine is between you and them as she is frantically trying to do things. All three foes seem only focused on Tatiana.
Okay, I am going to Eldritch Blast at it's two boneless and that knight, or what is it?
The Warlord.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Warlord. I will gonna Eldritch Blast the Warlord.
He has a name, but it's never come up. You can go ahead. You can go ahead and roll it.
Rude of us not to ask.
I rolled a 12.
True.
I rolled a 12.
The beam arcs outward and just hits him and bounces off, bang, and like blasts a hole in the stone there. And he just like looks down and looks up at you, and he says, "This one has gotten stronger. Your strength is a disappointment."
Ah, rude. We don't even know each other.
Anything else from Nahara?
No, that's all for me. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, that brings us to Tatiana. It is your turn. They are all over you.
So you know what I have to do. I am raging, and I cannot take disadvantage against this fool trying to take back the axe that is now mine. So I pull it from my back in all its shining light.
You see his eyes absolutely light up. No pun intended. Recall in his chest, there is a hole that has been punched all the way through him, and where his heart used to be is just a glowing spectral light. In one hand, he has an axe, and in the other hand, the sword is sheathed. He has a hand axe. The long sword is sheathed as he has been trying to get his weapon back from you.
I'm going to crush his stupid skull with his own axe.
Ha! Go ahead and roll it.
That's a 24 to hit.
That is enough to hit him.
And
my PDF is being uncooperative, but if anybody has the book, he's on page 212 is what he looks like. He's kind of incredible.
is only 7 damage. Oh, sorry, 9 plus while raging.
Perfect. The axe bites into him, and you hear he very much does go like, When I recover my weapon, I will show you its proper use.
I'm sorry, you mean my weapon.
Anything else from Tatiana?
And also, you won't get it. And that's it.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's all she can do. No.
Uriah, your turn.
Very well. Follow Nahara inside, obviously, and my spiritual weapon is still sitting at the top of the stairs, and
Yep.
it can move 20 feet, so it immediately moves to attack.
Absolutely.
One of the boneless that is trying to restrain Tatiana.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll it.
Not 11, I'm afraid.
Same thing. The sword just clatters against him and bounces off. And he looks up at you and he says,
Oh, I was attacking one of the boneless.
"Oh, one of the boneless. That actually is still not enough. The blade just sort of like blurp down into it, but doesn't seem like it is injured."
Very well. Well, let's see if a sacred flame will injure it.
Excellent.
That was my bonus action, of course, with the spiritual weapon. So it must make a dexterity 13 saving throw.
Oops. It does make the save.
Then no, it's cantrip, no damage.
You see the flames look up, and you see it's like head raises of the skin that would have just once been over a skull, and the jaw opens like it would have said something, but it's just meat. There's nothing inside. And continues wrestling with Tatiana. Anything else from Brother Uriah?
That's action and bonus action, so no. But the sword will be there for the attack next turn.
Perfect. Tatiana, give me a wisdom save. You are muted, ma'am.
I knew this day would come. Nat 20. You know, it is a problem when I have no modifier for the skill, and it is essential. But luckily, my closest foe is engaging me on this 13.
You see, he just looks at you and says, "That's enough." And you freeze, Tatiana. And he takes the axe and snatches it out of your hands. And you see the glow around him lights up when he does. Now, you will watch as those you love the most suffer. The two boneless.
Am I paralyzed? Sorry.
You are paralyzed.
Okay.
Specifically the paralyzed condition. He takes the axe away from you, and the two boneless that were all over you both let go and both go after Valentine. Valentine, give me a strength save.
Okay, that is a 19. I have the hiccups.
Perfect. The first one grabs towards you and you evade it. What's your AC currently?
My AC is, with my mage armor, it's a 13.
The other
Dex
one
modifier.
comes up and with
14.
its
14.
flimsy arms slams into you twice for 10 points of damage.
I'm down.
5 and 5.
I'm down.
And you see when she falls, it wraps her up in that flesh cocoon again. Like it intends to keep squeezing. And the warlord looks down at this and then looks at you, Tatiana, and just says, "You fool. You epic eternal fool. I think I will keep you here with me so that we can relive this little drama for all time." However, Desmond, when Tatiana freezes, you are released. And you see this taking place up ahead of you. You see Valentine has dropped to the ground and is wrapped up. you see the warlord is standing in front of Tatiana with his axe monologuing, and Nahara and Brother Uriah are at the top of the stairs. What would you like to do?
It was Valentine that was wrapped by the boneless, yes?
Yes.
All right. I marked that boneless with
Hunter's mark?
Drats. It moved away from my page. Disrespectful.
Hunter's mark 1d6 to your damage. You'll know it if it's Slayer. Whoa, what's this? Sorry, this is a new thing. What's this that's happening?
I didn't tell anybody.
Saving it for a special occasion.
A little bit. Slayer's Prey. As a bonus action, you designate one creature you can see within 60 feet. And the first time each turn that you hit that target with a weapon attack, it takes an extra 1d6 of damage.
Excellent. Perfect. Have at it.
So I target that boneless that has...
You know, that's interesting. That means theoretically you can do that and you can Hunter's mark something. You could be getting an extra 2d6. Theoretically, I mean, like, they'd be different actions. This is me talking mechanics out loud. Sorry.
This is true, and I appreciate that because this is all new to me.
And then what would you like to do?
Ooh, that works because Slayer's Prey, I can just choose a different creature as well as Hunter Sense. That's a different thing. I'm thinking of Hunter Sense. But yeah, I'm marking that boneless and I'm going in to attack that boneless.
Perfect.
With my short swords.
Perfect. It is laying on the staircase, basically like intertwined with Tatiana and the warlord's battle that is happening, but you could get to it to save your friend. Absolutely.
All right. Drats. I already used that, so I can't do... I thought about Zephyr Strike, but I already used my bonus action for the Slayer. Slayer's Mark, I believe it is. I want to make sure I say the name of it. Slayer's Prey. There it is. And then rushing up to that boneless, swinging at it with a 6.
You very much raise the sword and are about to strike out violently, and you see it rolls over, and you see Valentine's head kind of come up, and you hesitate a second, and the sword skips off off the stairs there.
Indeed.
Anything else?
I think I use my main action and my bonus action. I don't think I have much else to do right now.
However, you have run up and gotten engaged here. Perfect. If that is it from Desmond, we are back around to the top. And Valentine, I am going to need a death save.
I have advantage.
Good.
Oh, that's a nat 20, baby.
Hey, that is
got a 12 and a 20.
2 successes.
We
Two
got 20
successes.
so far tonight.
My first of the night, and I'll take it.
You know, you have experienced death, Valentine, and you are not eager to do so again.
I have to stop finding myself in this situation.
Nahara, you are quite aware of the direness of her situation because it will keep squeezing until she's dead. But you see the warlord standing there again, triumphant with his axe, just basically talking up a storm as these 2 boneless are all over Valentine. One has her completely wrapped up. The other one is just nearby on the stairs.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast the one that has her all wrapped up.
Okay.
Ooh, but that's a 13 to hit.
Believe it or not, that is enough.
Okay.
They don't have a terribly high AC. They're just squishy.
Okay, well that's 6 points of damage.
Okay. Perfect.
And
also,
then,
there is one thing that I didn't mention. Tatiana, that you would have noticed while the warlord is standing there in front of you talking, that gash that you put in his neck closes.
I can't actually make the sound because of being paralyzed, but I feel it.
Yes, sorry about that, Nahara.
I was just going to say, as a bonus action, I take out my lyre and I look at Brother Uriah and I sing, "Go forth, the grace of Ezra protects you." For bardic inspiration for the first time ever in the game.
Cool. Thank you.
I
And that was
believe
lovely.
you do feel heartened by this blessing of Ezra upon you. However, I believe you were trying to say something else as well, Brother Uriah.
Yes, while it is still Natara's turn, and she hasn't used her move, I shout out my super secret code phrase, I'm going to turn undead. I say it to her.
Noted. And I like bounce, like I just nope away.
I mean, you've got
Stars.
wings. I will say you could kind of just step off the stairs and just
Yeah, I'm just like
down through the. Technically, Featherfall is still up, so you could like very like Willy Wonka nope out down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you are departing.
If she could get to the
I could
bottom
do
of the
that.
stairs, then she should be out of range.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the
I
stairs
will do
are
that.
40 feet. Doesn't she have to get 60 feet away? Or is it 30 feet for turn undead? Actually, I think it's 30.
I think it's 30.
Yeah, it's Tatiana's rage is 60. I think that's 30. Yes, she would be out of the way of it when she
Okay.
moves. 100%.
I will Willy Wonka my way out of there.
Perfect. Tatiana, you are paralyzed. You are just standing there watching him heal, and he leans in next to you, and you feel a cold, necrotic breath on your face as he's talking. She's dying right behind you. All your strength, and you can do nothing. It would be sad if it weren't so funny.
I can't move, but can I roll some sort of check to try and resist him?
You can't. He's not doing anything other than throwing shade. So he doesn't touch you. He doesn't hurt you. He's just inflicting emotional damage right now. However, Uriah,
Hurts.
it is your turn.
Very well. So, first of all, I shall turn undead, attempting to affect these boneless and the warlord. He's probably going to make it. It's a difficulty 13 wisdom save.
Perfect. Brother Uriah, I'm going to ask you an important question. Just give me even or odd. I'll let you know the stakes here. One of these boneless is going to make the turn. One of them isn't. We're about to find out if it's the one that has Valentine wrapped up or not. So give me even.
Yes.
Even it is. The creature lets go of Valentine and begins sliding down the stairs as fast as its boneless body will carry it, which is somewhat unnerving, Nahara, as you are gently falling and it's down to the bottom. However, Valentine is apparently currently out of danger as she now lay on the stairs. However, Brother Uriah, you see the warlord doesn't flinch at all and looks up at you and says, "Changing plans. The holy man dies next." And just points right at you.
Oh, really? Well, we'll take this, you bully, as my bonus action, the spiritual weapon will activate, and it will it'll probably end up using that bardic inspiration. Let's see here. Come on. Here we go. That is a 24 total to hit. Probably don't need to use that bardic inspiration.
You don't. That is enough to hit him at 24.
All right. And it does. Sorry, I might have to. Wait, come on. There we go. It does 8 points of, I believe that's radiant damage from a spiritual weapon.
It does. Let me just check something real quick here. Perfect. 8 points of damage, you say? Again, the sword cuts into him, and he looks over at the shoulder that was injured, and he looks up at you and he says, "Your god's power was not the equal of this barbarian. Fitting that such a pitiful servant would meet his end in my house."
I am but an imperfect vessel, yes, of Ezra's grace, but she will defeat you.
And he comes walking right up the stairs towards you, Brother Uriah. And you notice the damage that you did to him all heals up as he comes walking up the stairs. And he is going to swing the axe at you twice. What is Brother Uriah's AC currently?
18, and I should point out that both of these attacks will be at disadvantage.
Ah, yes, because you are currently protected, and he is quite evil. So it is 18. Hang on, let me just double check everything here. One of his hits is still going to hit. The second one does not. Okay, hold on a second here. To look something up, I apologize. He hits you, Brother Uriah, for hold on. He hits you for hold on a second. Perfect. 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And goes to swing the second time and misses the second time, and just looks at you. And when he misses the second time, he says, "A little rusty," but he is still very much all over you. The boneless also is going to attempt to attack you, Brother Uriah. Quite ineffectively. Well, technically, I guess it had disadvantage. Very, very ineffectively. Like, it comes up with its fleshy pseudopods, and it's like it hesitates. Like, it doesn't quite want to actually touch you. Missing wildly. Desmond, it is your turn. Valentine is unconscious on the stairs in front of you. Brother Uriah has taken a grievous wound at the top of the stairs, and Tatiana is frozen in place as Nahara is descending back down towards the bottom.
And the boneless is no longer wrapped around Valentine, correct?
Yeah, he successfully turned that one.
Yay. I don't know how I can help Valentine, but I'm wanting to try.
Well, theoretically, if you were to heal her, she will come back to consciousness.
Then perfect. I walk up and I cast Cure Wounds on her.
All right. For how much?
And that would be 6 health points.
Valentine, you spring back to consciousness with 6 hit points.
Oh, Jesus, that has to stop happening. Why does this happen to us so much?
Angry dudes with glowy parts, that pretty much solves it all. Also, that axe has been a problem from day one.
Because you all are weak and vastly out of your depth.
Thank you, Desmond. I wasn't speaking to you.
Yeah. And as you turn and look at him, you see Brother Uriah is bleeding grievously, and the warlord looks fine. However, anything else from Desmond?
I want to use the...
I believe you can use a bonus action to move the mark to him if you want to. Otherwise, the mark will stay on the boneless that is currently running for its own life. Actually, sorry, Desmond. Let me check something here.
Uh-oh.
You are frightened, which means you can do what you just did, but you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and you cannot willingly move closer to him. Yes.
Just a point of order. Desmond also has a protection from evil, which gives him advantage on fright saves.
So here's the problem. It's a mechanical thing. It's the paralysis. And when the paralysis wears off, you are then frightened after the paralysis. So it's not a separate save. If he had immunity to being frightened, yes. Yeah, Desmond, you see this terrifying monster up there, and just something in you doesn't want to get any closer to him.
wanted to do a thing. I have to wait till next turn to do it, but I still will use that bonus action to move that Slayer's Prey marking onto him.
Perfect.
Just apparently, I don't want any. I don't want the smoke.
I am incorrect. At the end of your turn, you do have a chance to break the fear, and you will have advantage. Actually, it will be normal because you would have had disadvantage. If you could still see him, you would have had disadvantage. It'll be a straight roll. So a straight wisdom save at the end of your turn to see if you can get free from this.
Perfect. And otherwise, I'm good. But yeah. 8.
That is not enough.
I had that feeling. Even the physical dice don't like me today.
Mm-hmm. Anything else from Desmond?
Nope.
That brings us back around to you, Valentine. Your friend is incapacitated in front of you. She is frozen. Brother Uriah is battling the warlord alone at the top of the stairs. And the other boneless is on Brother Uriah as well.
I will firebolt the warlord, and I will twin spell it.
Perfect.
If it hits, in theory. All right, that is 18 to hit.
That is enough to hit him.
Okay, I will twin spell that. So 2d10s. All right. Oh, that one rolled right out of my tray. 2-9. Love it. That's a total of 16 points of damage.
Perfect. Your beam reaches up and hits him square in the back. And
you know what? I've only got 3 sorcery points, but I will use another sorcery point to bring an action to a bonus action, since I've only used a cantrip. And did he seem resistant to my like telepathic abilities, to psychic damage earlier? Was it that he resisted my psychic damage, or was it just that I rolled poorly?
Give me perception.
That is a 19.
You've been around a lot of undead. You think it just may not work on him.
Okay, then I hate this. Why did I make a character with almost all psychic damage? Because it was funny. That's why.
I know that feel.
Well then, I will. Oh wait, Dissonant Whispers.
Perfect.
I will cast Dissonant Whispers. That is a wisdom save.
Perfect. That's not psychic damage?
It is not. Oh, it is?
It is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then Arms of Hadar was necrotic. I meant
Arms of Hadar is necrotic.
Yeah, I swapped them. Arms of Hadar.
Believe it or not, with that 19 perception, I'm going to go ahead and roll into that. You feel like he's
resistant to that too.
Someone of his power level seems like he's shrugging off a lot of stuff.
Sure, just fine. Whatever. Then I'll just flip him off.
You did set him on fire, though.
I only use a bonus action to flip him off while he's on fire.
Perfect. Nahara, it is your turn. You are, I would say, since you're feather falling, at any time you could get back on the stairs because you got out of range. You went the 30 feet to get away from the turn undead, but now you are aware of Brother Uriah fighting him alone up at the top.
Yes, and I gotta go help him. So I will run up as soon as I can get back on the stairs. I will. How far away am I? As soon as my
30 feet.
Stairs, 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay,
30
I'm
feet.
going to hit him with a witch bolt.
Perfect.
Hope that does something.
Perfect.
Except I got to roll for it. 18 to hit.
All right, hold on a second. Let me just check one thing.
Please don't be resistant to lightning damage.
18 is enough to hit him.
Cool.
Yep. Go ahead and roll it.
It's just for 1 point, little baby lightning damage.
Just static electricity.
I tracked my feet against the carpet and I went.
Yeah.
Does that mean it doesn't break his concentration against my paralysis?
That is unfortunately not how this ability works. Unfortunately.
I'm not using digital dice.
Yep. You shock him so little that he doesn't even take the time to give you a quip. He just and
Man,
doesn't look at you.
I don't even get a snarky remark. Okay.
Anything else?
Yes. Actually, no, because I'm not ready. Go ahead. I'm done.
Tatiana, you were paralyzed for your last turn, correct?
Yes.
You are released from the paralysis. However, you also cannot move any closer to him.
Because I am afraid.
Because you are afraid.
I'm so ashamed of myself for being afraid. So all I can do, is there a boneless that I could move towards, or it would be closer?
There is another boneless on this. There, you could move farther away from him to get the boneless that was turned, if you wanted to. Yep.
This thing. I want to stab it with my kukri.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll it.
16 to hit.
That is enough.
And I don't have disadvantage on other weapons if the axe was taken from me, right? Be nice, be Dave.
This is a horror game. Yes, you do have disadvantage on other weapons,
but it
even
was
though
already a
the
bad
axe
roll.
is taken from you.
I rolled higher. Ha!
Well, but you still got to take the low one. That's what disadvantage is.
The first one was low.
Yep.
Okay.
The most evil Dark Lord of all was B. Dave Walters.
I literally won an award recently. I have a statue, a trophy. I didn't show you the trophy.
Yeah, I was in that game.
We knew what we signed up for.
I am stabbing an empty skin, and it takes 4 damage.
Perfect. Well, what did you get for your attack?
My attack, it was still 16.
Okay, that is enough.
My second one was 20.
4 points of damage on it. Perfect. Okay. All right. Anything else from Tatiana?
I can't check to like pep talk myself to become unfrightened as a bonus.
You
action,
can. However,
Get it together, Tatiana.
you do get a chance. However, you've got disadvantage because you can still see him. So it is a wisdom save, but it is a wisdom with disadvantage.
6.
It's not enough, Tatiana. It's not enough.
This has never happened before.
Brother Uriah, you are aware that your friends are attempting to help you from a range, but you are right here in front of him as he has got the axe.
You mock Ezra's power and her mercy. But I think you will find it has its own sting as I fire a guiding bolt. I'm going to use the bardic inspiration on it.
Perfect. Have at it.
I don't need any inspiration. I believe
Perfect.
a nat 20 will do it.
A nat 20 would do it. Yes.
And this is upcast.
Perfect.
Okay. So this will be a total.
Hit him as hard as you can.
Yeah, I think it's going to be my last chance to do anything because I'm not going to last another round. Okay, so if an upcast guiding bolt will be 5d6, and this will be doubled.
Yeah. 10d6.
Let's see.
Put it on him, Brother Uriah.
11, 16, 19, 22, doubled.
So 44 points of damage on him.
44 points of radiant damage.
Perfect. Perfect. All right.
And bonus action, the Sword of Ezra then just backstabs him.
The Sword of Ezra would get advantage because you've guiding bolted him. So,
right.
yeah. So there you go. Mm-hmm.
That's another okay, so better one was 19 plus 5, so 24.
Also enough to hit him.
Okay, and then that will do, this is not a crit, but did that go through? 7 points of damage total.
All right. You see, you have blown a new hole in him with this. And he looks down as the sword pierces through his back as well. And he reaches out and tries to grab you, Brother Uriah. I need an athletics check.
Do I get advantage because of the protection from evil?
I don't think so. Not innately. Does it give you advantage on all save? Well, it's because it's not a save, it's a skill check. Let me read it real quick. I don't think so.
He's not launching an attack. He's just trying to.
Yeah. Well, let me read it and double check.
I don't think a 1 is going to do it.
Unfortunately, it won't. However, a target that is protected from evil can't be frightened. Technically, Desmond, you already broke it. You cannot be frightened.
Oh, great.
The other thing still would have happened because it wasn't a charm effect, but that wouldn't have. However,
I have protection from evil on, and I'm very frightened. Very frightened.
You see that you have damaged him tremendously, Brother Uriah, more just from that than everyone else had. And he reaches out and he grabs you by the neck and turns and looks down at the rest of you and says, "You fools, he's died for nothing," and steps off the tower with Brother Uriah. And that's a good place for us to go to break.
No,
we'll
it's
be
not.
back
Wow.
in a quick 10. Don't go nowheres. I would just like the record to show I really do have a Most Evil DM statue trophy, which you can't quite make out in the light, but that's what it is. And it's such a cheerful statue when I have to do such uncheerful things. And yes, we did forget to thank the patrons at the break because I was busy inflicting heartburn on everyone. So let me run that down real quick. These are our top patrons, our Dark Lords of the Dread Domains. Thank you. Aaron Duran, Alan Zozo, Aurelia Rolfe, Brian Dwyer, a.k.a. Nightsfall, Brian Kepi, Chip Reynolds, Chris Smoot, Christopher Zednek. I think that's new. Welcome aboard, Christopher. I promise I will try to not butcher your name next time, but Craig Savage, D. Nicole, Ducati, Dustin Crail, Philippe C., Forrest S. Moore, Graffumbly, Grizzled Viking, Hell Knight Games, Joshua Lund, Just Link, Justin Chestnut, Kira Snow, Michael Skidmore, Mr. Owlbear, Nathan Crowder, Nathaniel Barber, Project Wolfbear, Rees, Rob, Bacon Gollum, Tremarco, Ronan Monkey, Rum Soaked Chicken, Sin 7, Sip Happens, to Queen Bee, Thomas, Tracer Vision, Twilight System, and Zort 1. Thank you all so much for your support. You literally make it possible to do what we do, and it is happy to see so many names I see again and again, week after week. Thank you so very much. Now, with that being said, as we re-enter our scene, you all have just watched the warlord grab Brother Uriah by the neck and step off the tower. What would you like to do?
I would like to not fall to my death, but I am not sure that's an option.
Are we still in initiative order?
Somewhat out of it. Technically, the boneless are still about. However, it is more important that you all react to what you've just witnessed.
Okay.
Can I cast Featherfall on him?
You cannot.
Because he's grappled and...
Mhm.
Dang it.
And they're in the air right now.
He went out, he stepped off and...
I run to the bottom of the stairs.
As you run to the bottom and open up the door, there on the ground right in front of you is Brother Uriah's broken body. And the warlord's body is broken and crumpled also, and the lights have gone out in his eyes, and the lights have gone out in that hole in his chest. And the two of them are laying there, seemingly dead.
I run to Brother Uriah and I kneel down beside him and I peer in his eyes.
They are bloodshot and vacant.
Help! Everyone help! Who can heal him?
I'm going to run down and cast Cure Wounds on him.
What were you saying, Desmond?
I was going to do the same thing. Right as you said help.
We could probably both. You could probably take both.
Go ahead and roll your healing.
Ladies first.
4 points.
Seven.
As you all are out there in this howling, blinding rain, the rain is falling so hard it stings your flesh as you all rush out and lay your hands on him. And Brother Uriah, you are in a far distant place. And you hear someone talking to you. They're telling you to do something. And as your mind swims, trying to understand the commands you've been given.
Thank you.
Are you all right?
I'm leaning over his head so the raindrops do not hurt his face.
Oh, thank you.
I've run down as well.
Thank you all. Thank you. Is it? Where is he? Oh, he's. Oh,
You did it. You saved us.
If I had to give my life, I'm happy that it was in the service of my friends, but happier still that it was not necessary, or that at least you have circumvented it. Thank you, my
so
friends.
glad you're all right.
You've accomplished nothing. And he gets up.
Yup.
And the
Oh, no.
I
light
was just gonna say I wanted to
and
check
the
the
light
body. They never stay
reignites
down.
in his chest. And we
scramble
are
away.
still in
I knew
initiative.
it!
You
Come
all
on!
are, and the holes that you have punched in him have all closed up. And the lightning flashes behind him as he chokes up on his axe. As you all are now at the base of the tower. All of you give me wisdom checks, not saves, checks. Roll your wisdom plus whatever your bonus is.
Okay. 19.
19,
Bonus would be nice.
8.
8.
Agreed. Bonus would be nice.
It's a 9 for me.
I've got a 15.
Can't all be good at everything. Brother Uriah?
7, I'm afraid.
Brother Uriah is experiencing existential dread right now. Nahara, you remember when you were here last time, the knight helped you. She fought against him.
All right. How do we find her? I say this out loud with no context.
How do we find who?
Who?
The night. The visions that we saw the last time we were here. She's the one that could help us.
I'm busy scrambling away from him.
Brother Uriah, now both Desmond and Uriah, give me another wisdom save. Brother Uriah, you can give it to me with advantage because, again, you studied this place.
Wisdom save or check?
Check.
Oh, see, I rolled the save. Check it is.
First is a 17. Let's see if we can better that. No, 17.
8. I hate my digital dice. I'm gonna be switching back to my regular ones.
Same
Next
thing.
roll.
Desmond, you're just here ready to throw hands with this dude. In Brother Uriah, you recall your visitor earlier today told you you would have to perform a task before you could enter the basement.
Yes,
In-
the leaper?
Was rumored that the knight was buried in the basement.
The basement! We've got to get to the basement!
Why didn't we go there first?
We hadn't completed our task yet, but we have now. The basement! Run!
When
All right.
you say that, he just says, ha, 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 you can run, you'll just die tired. Is it you all's intent to then attempt to flee?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Time to go.
As
Yep.
you all run, he immediately starts pursuing you, but you notice he's not running after you. He's just like very calmly stalking after you with the axe. And the two boneless have come back down from the tower and are pursuing you also as you all are running through the house.
Great.
Important point of clarification. On the map, which way are you all trying to go? Because that will affect what happens.
The way to the good way.
You know what? I will, Brother Uriah, again, I will give you history with advantage because theoretically you have studied this.
With advantage, very well.
Best way to basement.
Better is a 16. If that's not sufficient, I still have a bardic inspiration left.
Think you might want to cash that in.
Then I shall. That is a D6.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, it's being a bit sticky tonight. 18 total.
Right off of the kitchen in one of those back rooms, there was a way that you could get down into the basement.
Quickly, this way towards the scullery.
As
Uh-huh.
when you all head back into the house, the entire house is shaking, like it is visibly rocking. as you all come back in. Things are flying off of shelves. That strange bird that you all saw, you can see swooping by in another room that has come to life. As you all come around the corner, there are heads that look like sneering, biting heads. Valentine, you have seen these before. Rock had them as stuffed toys at his stand that looked like these flying, biting heads.
I hate this guy.
If we were to look back right now, could we still see this dude chasing us?
Oh, yeah. No, he's Terminator walking after you.
Okay.
Like laughing the entire time. Like you all consider, I'm assuming you all are dashing. So you're kind of like getting ahead of him, but he's just like very much coming after you. Yes.
So I look back at him and cast Hunter Sense.
Okay.
On him.
Which will do what?
As an action, you choose one creature you can see within 60 feet. You immediately learn whether the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are if the creature's not hidden from divination magic.
Excellent. You are aware that he, hold on one second here. You are aware that he is resistant to necrotic and psychic. He is immune to poison. He is also immune to charm, exhaustion, being frightened, being paralyzed, being poisoned, or stunned. Also, I must apologize to you, Valentine. He is resistant to necrotic and psychic, not immune. So you can damage him, just not well.
Okay, well, I'll take it.
Yep.
So-
I apologize. I was juggling a lot of different stat blocks there.
Fair.
Yep.
Is there anything he's weak to, or he is
not
vulnerable
vulnerable to anything. In weaknesses in resistances, is that what it is?
You immediately learn whether the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are.
Even though this is not technically a damage immunity, he also cannot be turned. When Brother Uriah uses, he's immune to it. And you have witnessed with his own eyes, he heals very quickly.
Yes.
I will say, when you do this, Desmond, he points at you and says, "I'll have my revenge on you, human."
And then just see. And then I just turn to the party and tell them all of the specifics as we are running through the kitchen, as Brother Uriah has suggested we go.
As we're running, I just turn. Now, would it be accurate to call you a human? I just out of curiosity.
Me?
Yes, I mean, with lycanthropy, do you still?
Oh, I'm still a human. I just change every now and then.
A human plus.
I like
That
that.
is a great way of saying it. Thanks.
As we're running, it's like, yes, I mean, it's technically possible for example, an elf to be inflicted with lycanthropy, or a dwarf, one suppose. They're often wear badges, or at least so I've read. And let's go.
As you are running full speed again, every time you turn back, it's like he's right behind you. Like no matter how fast you go, he is always right there. Even though it does not seem to be exerting himself in any way whatsoever to keep pace with you. He just can. Whether you turn left, right, move up, or move down, there's no way around it. Now, as you all get down into the bottom, creaking stairs lead into a damp, cobweb-draped cellar containing dusty racks and an 8-foot-tall wine turns. One of the casks is burst, covering the stone floor in crimson stains. And as soon as you all come in, 5 horrific-looking cat creatures hiss and pounce. Valentine, these also were at Rock's stand. And they attack you all. Hold on a second here.
Are they?
Are they what?
Well, it's not an answer you'll give me for free, but do they look alive or do they look dead?
Let's see. They have flesh and bone on them. They just look like horrific little malnourished cats with very sharp teeth. And they are going to attack. Hang on. We'll just we'll let fate decide here. Fate decided they are going to attack Brother Uriah, who
Anyway,
is
are they
Ow, my
undead,
hands.
fey, aberrations?
they are
Celestials?
none of the above, and
Elementals?
they also are not evil.
Are we going in initiative order, or can I do
We're
something out of initiative?
Still
Yeah.
going in initiative order. However, they roll very poorly. You see these 5 creatures move like a swarm towards Brother Uriah, just nipping and biting all towards him. However, we will re-enter initiative at Desmond's turn, because technically Dralzog acted on his turn last when you all took this detour. So you are aware of these tiny monstrosities that are all over your friend here. And you also hear the creaking of the stairs as the warlord is coming to catch up to you.
As the bonus action, I'd like to start with casting Slayer's Prey on the cat that is closest to Brother Uriah.
Mm-hmm. It is almost like they're indistinguishable from each other. They're just a swarm of claws and teeth.
And with a long sword, Desmond wants to reach out and touch one of them.
Go ahead and roll. And we will be back around to Valentine after this.
That'd be 22.
That is enough to hit them.
Perfect. And since that was the Slayer's Prey, I get to add an extra d6 of damage once I roll my primary damage.
Mhm.
So that primary damage is a 9 plus
Perfect.
the additional 6.
So 15.
Yes.
Perfect. You see a couple of them drop dead immediately, and they're like, hiss.
And then Desmond just responds with
Anything else from Desmond?
nope, took my bonus action to start off with. We're good.
Valentine, it is your turn.
Now, did I hear you say these ones are not undead?
I did say that.
Oh, what a lovely thing to hear. I cast Arms of Hadar. How many enemies are in front of me?
Technically, there's a swarm of them.
Just a swarm. Okay. So somewhere on the swarm, the mystery number, I will cast Arms of Hadar. That is a strength save for them.
Okay. What is it that they needed to beat?
A 12.
They have made the save.
Fine, it's just half set. All right. So
What level is that spell?
I'm casting it at 2nd level.
You notice the arms of Hadar come up to wrap around them, and they just wriggle out of it. Like it doesn't grab them at all. They just and come back together and keep fighting.
So it doesn't even half it?
It doesn't even half it.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else from Valentine?
I'm just gonna look to Nahara and just be like, nothing is working. With just like a little bit of like still black tentacles kind of just like outside of my eyeballs. Just
If I see that goo
dripping
and know
down
that
a
it
little
didn't
bit.
work, I'm terrified that the goo came out and nothing happened.
You all see the arms of Hadar erupt out of the ground. Like you see she does it, but they just dissipate and come back together again and keep coming forward.
Shit. Okay.
What would you like to do, Nahara? It is your turn.
You said we were there's barrels, there's what was
It's like an
that?
old wine cellar.
Cool. I think because I don't want to waste a spell slot. I don't even know if it's going to do anything. Can I just kind of bowling pin? Like, can I throw one of these? Can I knock something over to try to like hit him with it?
I mean, you could try. Also, Eldritch Blast does not cost a spell slot.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm wondering if I can knock out more than one with.
You could try.
With
give me a strength check to see if you can knock it over.
Okay.
And they're gonna get a dex save to see if they can get out of the way.
All right, it's a 17.
I will say yes, you were able to knock over some barrels and try and send it towards them. Unfortunately, they got a natural 20 on their save.
Oh, come on!
So, but it wasn't an attack at least. They scatter and jump around all over the place. These things are Grimishka, by the way. They're awful. Anything else from Nahara there?
I guess since that is my action, I can't use a spell slot anymore. I think that's it.
Unless there's a bonus action spell. Yep.
Do I have a bonus action spell? I do not. So I just kind of look back at Valentine being like, I don't know.
Tatiana, it's your turn.
Okay. These are animals in a way?
They look like little terrible living things.
Like a beast, perhaps.
Give me a nature check.
8.
They just look like weird little bitey things.
Die.
Oh.
They look vaguely You can't read the stat block. Stop it.
I'm not reading the stat block. I'm reading the description of the creature.
Okay. I just told you what they are if you want to see the picture because they're awful.
I wanted to see the picture and read what it was. I'm not looking at the stats. I just, after reading the description, it immediately connected me to another thing that I love. And many people will understand the reference if I gave it, but I don't know if I'm allowed to give it. So I'm just going to plead the fifth.
Well, now we have to give it.
Homunculi, if you are a fan of alchemy, I'll say it that way.
Not unlike. But yeah, Tatiana, they are little they're hissing and snarling. They have saliva in their mouths. They do not appear undead. Besides that, they're just awful little things.
Oh, goodness. I would like to cast a beast sense on one, but I will have to touch it.
Let me read real quick what beast sense does.
Oh, I'll tell you. I touch this willing beast.
It is not a willing beast.
Okay,
Let me stop you right
I
there.
start moving towards it, and I think, you know what? Kukri, and I stab.
Yep. Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
Oh, no. That's an 11.
That is not enough. Same thing, Tatiana. You go to swing, and they just scatter and reform again.
Ah! Vermin!
Also, enough time has passed that your rage would have dropped. If you intend to have it, you would need to reactivate it.
I know. I think I lost it when I was paralyzed because I wasn't able to attack for a round.
I think that would have done it also, because you did not attack or get attacked during that time. That's true. Excellent. Anything else from Tatiana?
So for bonus action, I'm thinking I will hide. No, I can't hide. That's not who I am. I will rage.
You do hear the clunking of his boots coming down the stairs. Okay. Rage
I
it
rage
is.
and I go to the shadows by the bottom of the stairs.
Perfect. Brother Uriah, it is your turn.
Very well. I do have some of my rations in the pouch by my side, and I'm quite inordinately fond of smoked kippers. You know, the fish that I put on, very nice with a bit of toast in the morning. But I reach into my pouch and throw the kippers, the smoked kippers, in the opposite, sort of off to the side in the corner of the room, in the hopes that perhaps these little cat things might enjoy a smoked kipper.
Give me either persuasion or animal handling. They're actually not unintelligent. They look awful, but they're not unreasonable.
On the off chance that they actually understand me, it's like, oh, we're just passing through. Here's our toll. We have sorry to disturb you. and 23 total persuasion.
Brother Uriah, they all stop and look at you, and you swear they do understand you.
No offense. No offense.
And they just sort of look and go like, and they do leave and run towards the Kippers as you see the warlord coming around the corner.
More where that came from. So that was essentially my action, was to dig in and throw that. I'm going to use my move to get further into the basement if I can. Do I see anywhere on the ground that's been like loose soil or a crypt?
There is another place that you could go if you have the map handy. You all are in 27. There is another adjacent room.
Call up the map here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Brother Uriah stumbles towards that, or gets as far as his move will allow.
Essentially, I will give all of you, if your intent is to move, you can be moving before he comes into the room. If you stand here, he will catch you. Otherwise, yeah, you can go. Excellent. Perfect.
That's 27, you said, right?
Yeah, you're 27 is the room you all were just in.
Okay, so we're heading towards 28 then?
Yes. Old furnishings, rotten pantry staples, and boxes of mundane junk fill this storage space. You see against the wall in the west, there's dust and things everywhere down here, cobwebs, and it's horrific. You can see where the junk has been moved, and an archway has appeared in the wall that was not there before, clearly, based on the way everything is moved around it.
Okay. Head towards it, I suppose.
Is all of you going that way?
Yeah.
You can see it is made out of that same black stone as the tower was, that this would be adjacent to that part, but down in the ground. As you all pass through there, stairs curve along the wall of this buried tower chamber, rising then halting abruptly at the ceiling. Much of the floor is falling away, collapsing into darkness. And you all hear voices from down in there. And as you all are standing, it just sounds like whispering, talking. And you hear, Tatiana, come down.
This is down in the hole?
Yeah, coming out of the hole, like the down, that you can, it's just darkness down there. And you all can see a gleaming light somewhere underneath. That is some top flight production value there. Thank you. A gleaming light, and you all hear Tatiana's voice being called. And from behind you, the warlord enters the room. That's where she's been hiding. Good. And chokes up on the axe and is coming towards you as you all are standing right on the edge of this hole.
We seek the night. We beseech the night to aid us against her foe.
You hear your voice echoing down in there.
I want to run. Oh, no. His turn.
I mean, until he catches up to you, you're all you're quasi out of initiative right now.
I want to run towards him and perhaps get his attention so that he will not notice my friends, and perhaps you let them attack with advantage.
If you run towards him, he's going to attack you.
Interesting. So stupid.
This hole, would it be wide enough for Nahara's wings to work? Would she be able to descend with?
You can tell from this pale amber light that's down there, it must be a fairly deep, wide one. So she may have to fall for a minute and then unfurl them, but probably.
I'm on it.
I'll look to her and say, can you get us both down there?
Oh, are we gonna Batman this thing? Like you just hold on and I fly down? Is that what we're doing?
Yes. I'm thinking.
Yes, hold on.
No, it called for me. I
don't know if it'll work. And I will attempt
Nahara's going to attempt to fly with Brother Uriah. Okay. Did I hear Tatiana's just going to jump?
No.
Okay. Yes,
offering.
Valentine.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna try something stupid, and I'm going to turn around to approaching large man and say, "Sit," and cast suggestion.
Sit.
And I do understand that he is resistant to that, but not immune.
It would be charm, and he is immune to that, which Desmond would have told you. Suggestion is a charm effect. Yep. Because you make them do something.
Okay, yeah.
Psychic stuff is damage. I won't make you
because the effect says control as opposed to charmed.
It's mechanically it's the same thing.
Okay.
I won't cost you that slot. You were told like that it won't work on him.
I'm so very glad I did that.
Yeah. So Nahara and Uriah into the hole. What are the three of you that are remaining here? Because he is going to arrive imminently. He's got the axe up again and is about to do his thing. What would you three like to do?
Stay back and protect if they're going in the hole. I feel it is all my fault, but I cannot fly.
I also can't fly, so I would just stand guard and keep firing off fire bolts.
I mean,
in
you
fact,
could attempt to jump.
Fly. Let me levitate
actually,
down.
You can fly, actually, yes. I'm like, no, you literally can.
I look deep into my soul and I remember where I come from. And I cast levitate on myself.
So here's what I'm going to let you do, Tatiana, especially because you're a strong girl. If you wish to try and take Desmond as well as Valentine with you, I will give you a strength save. Strength check, rather. If it doesn't work well, this might go poorly for all three of you.
How deep is the hole?
Before I jump in with him, I'm going to do a little weight
it
test
isn't. Yep.
not over the edge. Just going to pick you both up on the safe lands as I levitate.
Mm-hmm.
And this, you said strength?
Yep.
15.
You think you probably could slow them down enough that they wouldn't be hurt if you went into this?
I grab them.
I would like to cast Cure Wounds before we jump down.
Perfect. You Cure Wounds, and as you all jump, he absolutely swings the axe, like lashes out for your head, Tatiana, as you step in, and it's right over his head, because he rolled very low for both of his attacks. And you all descend downwards.
Yes.
Below.
I should mention that I'm not really doing a cool Batman thing. I'm sort of jumped up into Nahara's arms and I'm sort of hanging on to her like she's sort of carrying me like this.
And Nahara is very much blushing. As
Nothing. I appreciate you, especially in dread form. You get this evil Mary Poppins thing going. That it works, though. It works. Nothing is natural about this buried cavity or the amber light flooding the space. Petrified figures lie trapped in the pale stone walls, their faces contorted in terror. Deeper, the floor forms a crater-like depression filled with inky muck. From the center of the pit rises a jagged amber monolith. A faint glow issues from within, backlighting the vague, elusive shape. And it is 30 feet down to the floor, and then another 30 feet down to see this amber crystal down there, surrounded by very dark, stinky water. Nahara, you jumped in first, and you are flying, so what would you like to do?
Is there a non-mucky place to land, or are we just
yes, if you don't,
in it?
because it's basically 30 feet to the floor, and then another 30 feet to the crater. And there's the stone is down there. You also see down in the bottom the Weathermay Foxgrove sisters. They are both standing like this, frozen in place.
All right. Well, I don't know if I want to take my chances and land high above and then have somebody get hurt on the way down, or just go for it. Would I, do I feel like it is a safe place to land, even if it's mucky? You're muted.
Safe would be strong, but you don't feel like the water's particularly deep because you can see the sisters are standing in it, and it's only about calf deep.
I'm just gonna go into it. Yeah.
As you fly down, even before you land, on top of the monolith, all of you, as Tatiana now, you're coming down as well. You see the shimmering spectral form of the knight that you saw before begins to coalesce. And she looks down at the stone and says, "You foul thing! Release me! Take them instead!" And black tentacles come rising up out of the monolith, lashing out in all directions. However, the last person who did a thing in initiative, I believe, was Tatiana, correct? No, Uriah.
I threw kippers, yes.
Yes. Yeah, that was the last thing in initiative. Desmond, as you are coming down with Tatiana holding you, you see, I will say you've yet to land, Nahara, as this spectral knight has appeared on top of this thing and is yelling at the stone, and these black tendrils of energy are coming, lashing out. And you also see the Weathermay Foxgroves down in the pit.
Am I able to yell something at her?
Yeah, talking's a free action.
Oh, okay. I said, "We're here to help you. Please stop."
She does not listen.
Rats.
Actually,
All right.
I'll give you persuasion with disadvantage. Her mind is elsewhere.
Okay. All right. I'm going to digital dice this. Please don't.
Don't trust them.
15.
Yeah. If she heard you at all, she does not seem to react.
All right. Okay. That's all I got for now.
And what would you like to do?
Me?
First.
Oh, you said me. Sorry, you cut out for a second.
Desmond, sorry, because Uriah was the last one to act in initiative. I said Tatiana is bringing you down, but this is the scene that you see before you, as these tendrils have come out of this monolith, which is the top of 221, if anyone happens to have the book. It's a charming thing. And you are aware the Weathermay Foxgroves are down in the hole as well.
My preference would be to try to persuade her, but I get the feeling that may not work, considering there was an attempt. Ew. I'm just gonna put my hands up and just yell to her. I would prefer not to fight. We are literally not here to fight you at all. I love to fight. I don't want to fight you. The guy that you fought before. I keep thinking it was a dream. It can't have been one. The big Viking dude with the blue orb, glowy heart. He wants us to kill. He wants to kill us, and I don't want to fight you, but I would very much like to kill that dude. Muchly. Hands still up. Just staring her in the face.
Now, you can give me persuasion without disadvantage.
I really should stop rolling digital dice. 6.
She seems like she's not listening. You see, she turns and looks at you. She didn't acknowledge Nahara at all. But she turns and she looks at you, but doesn't say anything, Desmond. I will say, okay, hands up, perfect. No, you see the warlord has walked to the edge of the hole now. You can see his glowing blue eyes and the glow in his chest up at the top there. Anything else from Desmond?
Desmond just points. That dude right there. We don't want to fight. That dude, though, he wants to fight.
Valentine, what would you like to do? Valentine, give me perception.
That is a 19 for perception.
You feel like she's not unreasonable. There's madness, there's rage, there's quite frankly evil. You know the look. But it is not that she cannot be reached. She seems more preoccupied with trying to escape than anything else.
I would like to try and send a telepathic message then.
Okay.
And I would just like to kind of reiterate what everyone's been saying. We're here to help. We need your help as well. We will get out of here together.
The inside of her mind is as much as a swirling storm as what is happening outside of this house. You get a lot of anger, a lot of fear, and a lot of feeling like she's been personally slighted, like she deserved something that she did not get. But give me a persuasion check. Same thing, not with disadvantage.
Okay. My last one wasn't at disadvantage, right?
No, but Nahara's.
Oh, that's a dirty 20. Love my +4 to persuasion. It's my whole thing.
You see, she just like slowly looks up and is like, ah! And he just kind of holds the axe out and pats it and steps off the ledge to come falling down there to where all of you are.
He's coming, so please help.
It does seem like he has her attention. Anything else from Valentine?
I will, since that was a bonus action, just as he's falling, fire off a firebolt up at him.
Perfect. Roll it.
That is a 16 to hit.
That is enough to hit him.
Excellent. That'll be 10 points of damage.
A moment later, you see the two boneless crawl off the ledge too.
Sure, why not?
As the obelisk itself still has all of these tentacles that are rolling around, that has to have its chance. There we go. That's it. It's a beautiful thing. Anything else from Valentine?
Nope, that's it.
Nahara, it would be your turn.
I am going to try again to get through to her.
I will say she's looking at him. It seems like he has her attention as far as you could tell.
Okay. But does she seem like she's stuck in any way, or?
Currently, she's just standing on top of this thing.
Just standing on top of it. Okay. Well, then I will attack him with a witch bolt.
All right. Go ahead and roll it.
That is a 21 to hit.
That is enough to hit him.
And that is 9 points of damage.
Perfect. It very much goes through and shocks him. But he seems like he's very much looking at her too. Anything else from Nahara?
No, not right now, no.
Perfect. The obelisk tendrils shoot out in all directions, and one attacks each of you.
Did I set down Valentine before she did her?
I would say you would have. I mean, technically, yeah. If she was going to cast a spell, she definitely would have had to have.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go by the book here. One of them lashes out at Nahara and misses. Lashes out at Brother Uriah. What is your AC currently?
Muted.
18, possibly at disadvantage if this is an evil effect? Or created by undead or something?
Would be at disadvantage, which is lucky for you, Brother Uriah. What is Valentine's AC currently? You are muted.
14 currently.
One of these shadowy tendrils smashes into you, Valentine.
Come on.
For 9 points of damage.
I'm down again. Is what you're saying? You know what? I'll shield. I'll reaction shield.
Shield would get you out of it.
Okay. Yep. Shield. Give me a +5 to my AC. Don't hurt me.
Perfect. Your shield would protect you. It is also going to attack Desmond at disadvantage. What is your AC currently?
13.
Even at disadvantage, unfortunately, that is enough to still hit you, and your strength is reduced by 1 as you feel it draining the life out of you as it reaches out and hits you, and does 9 points of damage as well, and attacks Tatiana. What is your AC currently?
15, but perhaps it has disadvantage because I'm currently levitating.
That is not how that works, unfortunately. Yes,
It can
Desmond.
be anything
Does
you
the
want.
protection from good or does the protection from evil help me in this?
It rolled with disadvantage. It just still rolled
Okay, cool.
high enough
Just
to still
checking.
hit you.
Just checking.
Tatiana, your strength is reduced by 2. As again, you feel the life being drained out of you. And you notice when it does, the obelisk begins to glow brighter.
No. Now, when you say strength reduced by 2, you mean strength checks?
I mean, the attribute you have on your sheet goes down by 1 for Desmond and by 2 for Tatiana,
Sheesh.
as it is literally draining the life out of you. Yes. However, that is it, because its other attacks have missed. And Tatiana, it is your turn.
Oh, I am so angry at this thing, but I am levitating still. And so, with my action, I will fly to the Foxgrove sisters and lift them up out of this pool of murky yuckiness.
I will. You're again a strong girl. You were able to scoop both of them up. Laurie is, of course, heavier than her sister, but you are able to get them out of there, and presumably you want to put them up on the ridge of it, Laurie and Jennifer.
Yes, close to Uriah, just in case he's safest. And, you know, it's because muscle weighs more. That's why Lori is heavy.
Literally. And they're both like this. Like they essentially, like something was about to happen that froze them like that.
I kind of give them a shake and tell them both, they're safe. Wake up now. We're here to rescue you. Look at us.
Unfortunately, you can't get through to either of them. You feel like there's a glint in their eye when you, but they don't come out of it.
Okay, and then logistical question. The knight's still
Yes.
up on the... sorry, the warlord is up on the rim above us, and then the knight is down with us, but they're focused on one another?
So he jumped in the hole.
Oh,
So
he
remember
jumped
there's
in.
hole and then there's depression. So he's kind of up on the ridge. She's standing on top of the crystal. I say standing. She's kind of this swirling mass. But is looking at him. They definitely are looking at each other.
Oh, would you say she's a swirling mass of rage?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So she is perhaps what Uriah encountered at the top of the tower?
Oh no, he destroyed what he encountered at the top of the tower.
Got it.
It was a poltergeist. Which
Pesky,
when Brother
pesky.
Uriah has a moment to kind of think this back through later, you know, I mean, like, I know what that was. Yeah, that was a poltergeist.
Okay. So I'll I'll hold tight and take a position to keep the 2 paralyzed friends safe.
I will give you, since technically you grappled someone, I'll give you that enough of an attack to keep your rage going. Okay. So, Brother
to
Uriah.
cast levitate, I think I had to break it.
Oh yeah, you would have. Yep. You would have. Brother Uriah, it is your turn.
Oh, sorry. Let me use that
yes.
bonus action to rage.
Perfect.
Smart.
Just switch it back on. Got it. Brother Uriah.
Very well. I'm not sure if this will work, but I was able to snap Tatiana out of the possession of the magic weapon. Perhaps if I cast protection from evil on one of the Weathermay Foxgroves, she might get an additional saving throw with advantage. So I will.
Do you want Laurie or Jennifer? Laurie is the fighter. Jennifer is the brains.
Jennifer is the mage, and
Yeah.
I think that might be what's called for. So I will. I cast it upon Jennifer. Miss Willoughby, May Foxgrove, we've returned. We got your message and we're in dire straits. Do you know what to do?
Everyone cover your ears! And she dives and hits the ground as the banshee screams and a shockwave goes out of pain and torment. I will let all of you make a save with resistance because you were warned. I need a con save.
So is this just regularly rolling or
Advantage, yes?
Advantage, sorry.
You're muted.
Yes.
Yeah,
Advantage.
I need it, but
I'm not playing with these digital dice no more. Like this.
19.
okay.
17.
The best was a dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
How much of a bonus is advantage?
2. You roll twice and take the higher.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, was it a con save?
Con.
Okay, then that is an 18.
I think- How much?
She had 18. I had 21.
Good. Perfect, because I want you to know if you fail that save, you'd have gotten dropped to 0 hit points.
Yep.
Ooh.
So a banshee can wipe out an entire party. However, even though you made the save, you all still take 10 points of damage, including you, Tatiana, because it is psychic damage, your one weakness.
That's not fair. The bear betrays me.
I'm down again.
It would have been all of the damage otherwise, though, so...
I'm on 1 hit point.
They was almost as bad as those stairs.
You see the shockwave goes through Jennifer as well, but Lori doesn't react at all because she is still frozen there in place. And after setting off this whale, the knight very much does leap off the obelisk and head towards the warlord, who very much like chokes up on the axe, getting ready for her. I would like you all to know I did make the save for him too. There was a chance she could have one-shot the guy. Unfortunately, he made the save as well. There now it is his turn actually, and he is going to attack her gleefully. Badly, double 1s. I don't know that I've ever rolled double 1s. I've rolled double 20s and never rolled double 1s.
Gonna roll down when he's attacking one of us.
I guess his ears are ringing as he like swings and she just like flits around him and gets behind him and he has no idea where she is for a second. However, it is Desmond's turn now.
And the bonus are still down here. The knight is focused on the warlord.
You know what? Actually, hold on a second. I rolled another 1. It's 3 1s in a row. That is an all-time bad. The boneless have both stopped moving. They both failed their save against the whale, so she took them both out.
Nice. So the boneless are gone. The knight is fighting the warlord.
And the obelisk is fighting you.
Ew. The obelisk is the tentacly thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. Trying to think of a thing. It's gonna be nice. It's not gonna be the thing that I wanted to do. For first off, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds because too much of a fight, and I'm gonna die. I would like to not die. And that is only 2. Yay. And if I can, as a bonus action, switch my Slayer's Prey to the obelisk.
Perfect. Perfect. But I guess with the Cure Wounds and the bonus action, that would be it for you, right?
Yep.
Valentine. You were down again, correct?
I am.
Oh no, you should have
Damn it.
Cure Wounds on her.
Valentine, that is true. That's all right, though.
Stay alive.
Valentine, you find yourself on that same windswept plain that you always find yourself on. There is lightning crackling in the sky and a single huge milky white eye staring at you as you lay unmoving on the ground. And after a moment, a cat walks up and nuzzles the side of your head. Pardon, Miss Valentine. You know, I did say I would never let you die.
Would have been helpful if you showed up a little earlier then.
Well, it seems that you and your compatriots had everything well under control.
Did it seem like that at some point?
You survived until now. If you do not wish my help, well, that's not true. I won't let you die, even if you ask me to. But yes, I'm going to wake you up. But would you like a little bit of insight?
Yes.
There is something in that obelisk. Something that is not so different from us. And Valentine, you snap awake with 1 hit point.
I will definitely look around.
There's a glowing mass that has tentacles coming out of it, and the knight and the warlord are battling each other. One of the Weathermay Foxgroves is back awake, and you and Brother Uriah are both grievously injured.
Excellent. Do I take any kind of turn from that, or is that?
No, it's Tregrum's action to wake you.
Okay. This thing. How similar do its tentacles look to the things that essentially seep out of my eyes when in battle?
The energy that is coming out of it, especially having felt it firsthand when it got so close to penetrating your shield, feels more like death and hate. Your energy is almost more indifferent and alien.
Okay, interesting. Then
However,
I can't do anything. So,
give me a perception check.
all right. 14.
There's something inside the obelisk.
And what is between me and the obelisk?
The obelisk. It's like imagine if it is like almost like a sarcophagus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but there's an intelligence inside. You can feel it.
Okay. Well, I don't have any. Do I have a bonus action?
You still have your normal action. You haven't actually done anything yet.
Oh, sorry. When I said could I go, I thought you said no.
Oh, no, I said yes.
Got it. That's why I've been like, oh, I'm done. All right.
Yeah, no.
Okay, then.
It was Tregrum's action to wake you. You still have your action.
If I'm sensing an intelligence in there, I would like to try and make a telepathic link with it.
Out of all of the rage and anger and hate that the house is shaking, the warlord and the knight are screaming. Out of this awful place, you get just absolute silence and peace. Oh, hello there.
Who are you?
I'm everything. I am all that you survey.
Can you stop this?
I could, but why? You could join me. I'll let you go. I'll give you power.
I'm interested, but under the condition that these ones survive.
Oh. All of them? Even those 2 insufferable sisters? They were quite offensive.
I think it would be an easier path. I have a feeling if the 2 sisters die, the other 4 will be quite upset.
but not you.
I choose the path of least resistance.
I must admit, your night has been full of resistance up until now.
And I'm quite tired of it.
What's in it for me? Surely you must realize, with but a flick of one of my appendages, I can end you and the cleric. The others will not be far behind.
I think you and I might want the same thing.
Which is?
Is it possible at all for me to essentially funnel Tregram's voice
You could
through my
connect Tregram
telepathic link? I'm
if
going
you
to try
wanted
and open
to.
this up to a three-way call.
Oh,
Patch Tregram in.
this is new. Hi, hello. I'm Tregram.
I believe you and I are one and the same, or at least similar. I'm here for a reason. And I don't mean the house, I mean alive. And I think that it would probably be very foolish to kill me.
Oh, first of all, Valentine, you never cease to amaze. Just point of order here before I do what it is that I do. Are you giving me permission to negotiate terms?
As long as those terms include these 6 living.
I'm sure we can work out something. You all see for a moment, Valentine goes completely rigid and her eyes turn very milky white, and that black liquid comes seeping out, and the tentacles stop swirling. The knight and the warlord are still fighting, but the house stops shaking. And the rain outside stops falling. What would you all like to do? Technically, Nahara, it is your turn.
So at the moment, everything just seems to be calm.
Well, again, the knight and the warlord are still going at it. Like Clash of the Titans right over there. But everything, all of the ambient insanity stops. And Lori Weathermay Foxgrove just says, Jennifer, get behind me!
I mean, at this point, if those two are engaged in combat and not looking at us or paying attention to us, can't we just bounce out of that basement?
The moment that you sort of even think that out loud, a couple of loose rocks begin to fall in the wall, and you can see a little tunnel on the other side. Like literally when you say it out loud, it just crumbles and shows you an exit.
I just kind of point.
Because I could not have levitated us out again.
Brother Uriah,
Shall
you are
we get the
muted,
F
sir.
out?
Let's go. Let's go
No,
quickly.
my axe!
He very much is like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
We'll get you another axe.
No,
Tatiana,
this
as
one.
long as you have that axe, he's going to keep attacking us.
Tatiana, give me a wisdom save with advantage.
So that, so you said to tell you when I rolled a nat 1, and an 8.
You all see Tatiana's like, no, I need to get my axe back. And you see her shadow punches her in the face and she drops unconscious. From behind her,
How far is she from me right now?
just right there next to you. This is, you're
Can I
all
just-
kind of,
Can I just boom cure wounds on her?
or you could try and just drag her out of here, B.A. Baraka style.
All right, I'm hoisting her over. We'll deal with this later.
You do see Lori comes to help you. Valentine, a moment later, you're 100% clear on what was agreed to. But that is not your problem right now. As you come back just in time to see Tatiana getting kind of thrown over Nahara's shoulder, and they're running towards the exit. She's clearly unconscious.
I'll head out towards them.
You see the Weathermay Foxgroves turn and look at the Wraith and the Warlord and look at the obelisk, and they're like, is it done? Is the evil vanquished?
We must flee. We must flee now. Please, we've risked much to save you.
Yes. Quite. Let us go. And they do come running out after you. And when you get outside, it is still dark, but the rain has stopped. And you clearly can see the mists ahead of you as you are running outwards. And you see they turn and look at you, and they're like, "You returned for us. Thank you. We owe you greatly. Perhaps you could join us at our home in Borca, and we might entertain you properly."
Yes, of course, but you should come with us in the meantime.
Yes, I do believe most anywhere would be better than here, although it is quite, and Jennifer sort of pushes her glasses up on her nose, quite dangerous to merely plunge headlong into the mist. We might end up in somewhere substantially worse than from whence we are coming.
We have a guide.
How is this
We
more
have a guide.
dangerous?
Oh, you're a mist walker. That is fascinating. I've often wondered by what mechanism does that function? Like, do you simply... And
We'll
Laurie...
discuss it later.
Not now, Jennifer. Yes. And very much puts her hand over her sister's mouth and starts pulling her forward. I believe... Where is it that you would like to go, Nahara?
I would say probably back to the carnival would be the safest place to go right now.
As you plunge headlong into the mist, after a moment, you all see those dancing lights and hear the ambient organ music as you all pour out right into the center of the carnival and kind of collapse. Well, go on. Why you look all run true? All of you look like you about seen your debt.
Yeah. Yes, that is what we just saw.
Well, and he goes like he's gonna slap you on the back. You're right. He's like, actually, I feel like maybe you need to be a little ginger with this one. Miss Valentine, might I escort you to the healer's tent?
Please.
And he very carefully scoops up Valentine, and he says, I know you all need a better strength, a better sleep to recover your strength, but would this be the wrong time to tell you? I think something's wrong with Finn.
What?
And unfortunately, that is a good place for us to stop. However, when the night does finally come, and despite yourselves, you are forced to stop and regain your strength. Sleep does not come easily for two of you. And you see Brother Uriah there next to you, sleeping deeply. What would you like to do, Nahara?
Uriah. Oh, I'm sorry. So sorry.
I'm sorry. I think
Did I wake you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, no, I thought you were awake. I'm so sorry.
I don't usually drool when I'm awake, but I do when I'm asleep. Nahara, yes. What can I do for you?
I've been thinking.
Yes.
I've been thinking. I've had some time, a lot of time to myself, and I've been reflecting, I suppose, as to why, how we've gotten here, and why we're here, and why us.
Oh,
We seem
you mean
very.
You mean in the grander sense of things, as opposed to
Yes.
how we actually got here, where we
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, yes.
yes.
It just
I-
seems a bit
I-
odd. We seem a bit unmatched, but an unlikely party team.
Yes. I will admit
companions.
such questions have preyed upon my mind as well, especially given our recent, shall we say, visitations.
And somehow, I feel as though our fates are connected, but it's hard to gauge as how, especially as I can't even remember anything from my life.
Yes.
But-
Yes, you may have lost your memories, but it's also true that you have forged new ones.
Yes.
Of all of our companions, you were the first I laid eyes on that night in the mists.
Yes. There must be some reason.
Yes, even then.
At least I like to think that it's the smallest bit of hope or pleasant thought to have in a place like this.
I must confess to you that night, that first night, when we all found ourselves at the House of Lament, I sensed perhaps the hand of destiny, perhaps something darker. But there does seem to be a force that has brought us all together. For what purpose, I don't know. But I'd just like to... I am very glad that it did.
I am too. I have no memories to hold on to, but it's comforting to know that I have you here at least.
Yes. And you have memories of our time together. I mean, all of us together, as
Right, yes,
friends
of course,
and-
all of us, yes.
Yes. And those are something to hang on to. We have been through so very much in such a short time.
Why do you suppose all of this is happening to us? None of our lives seem grand in any sort of way. And to have those visits, what would they want? What could they possibly have use for with people like us?
I agree. It's most disconcerting to be suddenly summoned into the presence of the great and powerful. I'm sure whatever plans they have for us are most terrible indeed. And even if we are not directly harmed by them, others most surely will be.
Is there ever an end, do you suppose, to the suffering of this place?
I do not know. Sometimes I think that the brief, fleeting rays of hope that the residents of these lands are allowed to enjoy are only there to serve as bait, only there to make the suffering that much more keen.
Are we bait?
I hope not. And perhaps we are not bait, but the mice running through the maze.
And here, reflecting on the existential reality of the maze that they find themselves in, and by what cruel hand have they been placed here, and to what end, is a good place for us to stop.